Another great show. Thank you so much to Sharif and Joe. Obi, how's it going?
Not too bad, man. How are you doing?
Good, huh? You know, same old stuff here. We traded a little bit of Google. That's about it during the break there. Yeah. Not too much. We're looking at Uber. We still got that position. We're looking at Bitcoin right now at 107. That should be fun. But yeah, great show. I was listening to some of the stuff they're talking about there. QBTS was moving around.
Yeah, that was
a few different names. So there's Google right now, 197, a nice little fallback. We bought here on the 50 period. It doesn't go up to VWAP. Nice fades out. Yeah, so we still got a little piece on for that one. I wanted to see, it was Nvidia the boys were talking about, of course. Yeah, it went up to 130. Yeah, nice little run for those guys. AMD was the name that I was looking to short at some point, so maybe this afternoon. Oh boy, we wrote down 126.
It's already been fading.
Looks like it went up to, yeah, we were 126 to 126.50. It looks like the high right there, 127. Looks like a nice little fade happening. And then we know we want to look at Tesla and a few other names coming through there today.
Have you seen Apple?
Well, I mean, I saw Apple's at 253.
Yeah,
AAPL.
Apple just keeps pushing fresh.
Wow, up another 1%. And look at it here, just VWAP again. Yeah, and now we're holding the 200 period. Look at this Apple chart. We talked about the diamonds and the Dow Jones going 9 straight down days. Yeah. I mean, it's Apple right there. Yeah, nice. I mean, look. Market's still pretty healthy, man. I mean, there's a lot of big names holding up this market still. Like we talked about where Apple is today, where Google is, broke through that 200. The thing about Tesla is that was up pretty good today, up about that 3%, near that 485 or so, where we got a little bit out. Great bottom at 460. We wrote down 460, but that was at noon. We weren't here. 458 the bottom with a nice move back. There's a $20 move, ho-hum, in an hour. So, yeah, lots of capabilities, lots of possibilities here into the afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Anything you're looking at?
Yeah, no, these markets are absolutely crazy. Some of these moves, some of the volatility, some of the range that we're getting on these legs is absolutely beautiful, man. Like, yeah, the 460 bounce on Tesla, I'm just looking at it. Went for a little bit of a walk during lunch, and that's when this kind of occurred, but that's fine. Where's the next trade? We're kind of continuing to look at Tesla. Like, it's still continuing to make lower highs on a higher time frame, but look at the range, man. Like, if you're capturing pieces of these legs, it's definitely I guess been a wild ride there. And AVGO as well. I was in a little bit of AVGO. I was telling you, took the reversion into VWAP, and yeah, no, that VWAP doesn't really mean too much. It just blasts right through 240s, 241s is what we test, and then we've been kind of pulling back off of that right now, kind of. Distinctly different from how it's been trading in the past couple of days there. Aggressive strength, day 3 earnings, catching a little bit of a sell-off here. So where's the bid? It wasn't really there for very long, but I'm going to continue watching these. But other than that, Sean, I'm not really seeing too much else, but Amazon, of course. Like, have you seen the recovery on Amazon? This is absolutely wild. Here, beautiful reversion on Amazon. I totally missed this one as well, and pretty much a V-shaped recovery. So you know, I'm going to continue watching this one into the close. If it runs, if it pushes through these highs, which again I think these are.
Man, that 28 was boy
highs. Gone. Yeah, absolutely wild. So a bunch of these tickers all-time highs, and
I should be buying
for the next trade.
I should be buying some. Nvidia, honestly.
Nvidia?
All right, so from Ramin here, are you guys getting freaked out over the drone drama? So I said no, I want more. I mean, more drama, better, right? It's not coming over my house. And then I asked Grok over here, I was like, show me some photos of drones over New Jersey. Yeah. I assume that's what we're talking about, is those drones there over New Jersey. Grok just made this up. I mean, this is not.
Yeah, those are not.
So what's your take on the drones then there?
Honestly, like, I didn't know too much about them. And then what was funny was I was watching Trump yesterday, and it was so funny. He was asked a question from a reporter, what about the drones? And he just gave him like a blank stare, and I was just like, you know.
Did he maybe not hear the question?
No, I'm pretty sure he heard it, but I think he was just like, why would you, I don't know. Because, like, no, I don't know. I think there's been reports coming out saying that there's no.
You see some drones hanging out there. Yeah. I don't know. What are you feeling about that?
I don't know, maybe some
private. You have your own private house and this and
right,
that.
yeah.
Next thing you know, you got kids, you got your dog running around. You're looking up. There's some drones hanging out up there.
My question really is like, is that news? So I hear that, and my first thought becomes, what is UAVS doing?
Right.
What are some of these other
right to the market?
Yeah, of course. Why? Like, I don't like. How does that? I don't really, whatever. But like, how does it affect what I really care about, which is right in front of me here? It's
right,
like, all right, UAVS. Is that moving? What is moving right now? Are people,
Are drones going to start flying over Canada here? We got some little things happening. Trying to get this all figured out. Where's that deficit?
I mean, maybe what about Palantir?
Where's that 20 billion gone? Stuff like that. Okay, so there was that one. There. What is that?
What? All of New Jersey right now?
They're just panicking. What is that?
They're like. That's I don't know.
Oh, Shreve's saying those are the contact people. That is some.
In the Amazon, brother.
Oh, in the Amazon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, the ones that got the.
I think this is a picture of a tribe when they first saw flying.
Right.
Vehicles.
No, they got internet. Starlink, I think, was
like
going
airplanes or like helicopters, maybe. I don't know.
Man, I feel bad for them. They probably got stupider as a nation because now they got the internet. So now you gotta get that all figured out. TikTok possibly being banned, eh, Jan?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
You a TikTok guy or?
Not really. No, I've never really downloaded it. I've never really. I've seen clips from it, but
I've never downloaded it either. Joe has it.
So.
The only one that Sharif has, and Ramin has, and Fabian has.
Yeah. I mean, I've used Snapchat before.
Sharif
Instagram,
and Ramin, the only ones here. That's actually pretty unique.
Facebook,
out of 10 of us or so, only
maybe
2.
for Messenger. I don't know. But
it does say.
I'm on X a lot recently. I don't know. Just
what are you doing on X?
Doom scrolling news.
Grokking it up or?
No, just doom scrolling.
Is that something
news.
what we're calling it?
Like what
does that mean? Grok.
News as in like I don't know.
I like that.
There's a lot of things going on in like different markets.
Happy holidays, someone there in the chat. All right, MN America, what's up? Happy holidays to you too. We will look at KSS in a minute because Sharif is standing over there ready to go. We're going to now talk about, we will get to that. We'll talk about it. We're going through now the rundown. This has been brought to you guys by the Midday Show. The playbook was a losing trade today, right? Is that what it was? Okay, so yeah, we'll talk about that. Some fun stuff happening on the midday, but also this. So let's go over, find out more about what sectors, what stocks you want us to talk about. Let's hit it, Sharif.
Welcome, everyone, to the Afternoon Rundown, the show where you decide what we talk about every afternoon. Make sure to join Joe and I during the How to Trade during the midday show and get into that chat and vote for your favorite tickers every day. We got 3 polls up for you guys, 1 every hour. Lots of fun there. Let's look first at the major averages. They're all in negative territory. So the Dow now down 2/3%. The ES and the NQ down about 0.5% to about 0.4 each. And the Russell really taking it on the chin today. The worst of the 4, down 0.84%. So small caps, a bit of a tougher look today. Let's look at the first ticker though, as decided by you, Google. What a move through that 200. We saw the big boys take that on the morning show. There was this headline from today that Alphabet's Waymo, looks to expand their global reach with their autonomous driving taxi into Tokyo. And they're taking active steps, guys, in order to map all that for a launch coming up soon.
Okay, wow.
Some Tokyo Drift action there.
That's a miss on my part, to be honest. I didn't even know they had news today. They weren't doing RVOL either, so I was
really
like,
on Google?
Yeah.
I mean, Waymo. So
I took the 200, but because it was there, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure that Waymo news has anything necessarily to do with Google breaking through that 200 or the momentum that's been there. I still think it's a quantum computing play. And the thing about Waymo is they could sneeze and then just lose it and it wouldn't even matter. Oh no, it has no revenue. There's nothing. It's just an expenditure. But there is a future in AI and self-driving cars, and obviously
People
today.
might want to take forward-looking bets. I don't know.
No, it's good. Do you like Google for the long term?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I
we thought
like
Neil was like he wanted to get into some quantum plays. I'm like, bro,
I think
we're
Google's
already here, my guy. Yeah.
They do well.
Yeah. So there's the 200 break. We missed it. You said Wayne Brady back there had this down here at 197 or something like that. What a great trade that was. You had a nice move up, then the fade off 2 bills, then right back into VWAP. What a great trade. Those are the ones that really you're trying to be here for.
Yeah.
Right, so those were the good ones. And then all of a sudden, you and I, it was coming up here, and I remember looking at you, and you're like, okay, man, I'm just trying to figure out how many shares I'm going to take. Like, we're going to go crazy on this trade. I'm like,
wow.
Okay. And so then, when I can get a great mind like that, thinking likewise, we're going to try to go for it. So that's exactly what we did. It did get exhausted up here. We weren't able to get out of all of it. We were able to reload it, and we thought we were pretty smart, able to make a little bit more there, and then eventually losing the bottom, which was perfectly fine. We did not wind up. We did not have many shares there. We have about 10 outs here, and then it drops back in probably about a quarter, to be honest with you. Losing VWAP and then losing that 199 mark. We didn't do anything with it down here at 196, which was a shame. That seems to have been the bottom. So Google for 196. We didn't have it even on our radar, as you mentioned today. The news wasn't strong enough for me to really consider any kind of a play with it. But once the momentum was there, that's the best trade. Right, the momentum plays. Like we said, I said that when we get to TSLA, which is next, you'll see another example of a play like that. So, anyways, let's go over to Obi's screen, or we'll talk like this. How did you and I talked about it in the lunchroom there about figuring out? I was like, man, like I was long there, and I was like, man, the long is cooking, and you were short, and that was cooking, and I didn't even realize that you were short. So, what was maybe the trigger that you saw up top there, or whatever you want to talk about with Google, because we did have similar trades.
Yeah, sure. I mean, here I got some wicks in the way here, but I'll try to scroll a little out. But here, boom. See if I can pull that in right here. So this is the morning session. Okay, perfect. We got the whole morning move right here. So it holds that VWAP. So it was pretty nice there. So I guess if you're aware of the news and you're already watching Google and you're seeing that it holds that pre-market level quite well plus VWAP, you're looking for the long for the continued push to take it to 200 because everything's pushing all-time highs. The market's all-time highs as well. So it really has a distinct bid, right? And then I'm just like, all right, there's strong reason to sell that I find. Whatever off of the tape turning and the trend breaking or whatever, but even then, when it comes in back through 200, I'm just like, all right, well, a bunch of like size just pushed through that 200. There's definitely short-term participants, just like myself as well, that took that 200 break. And if it's gonna get below here, like I definitely want to go the other way, especially when I already got a strong sell signal up here.
Right.
So it's just like, all right, well. I'm more than willing to flip short, but then again, like I need to be, what I realize, what I can learn from this is like when I'm taking that back through, I should definitely be willing to risk a little bit more because of the short-term participant offside.
So the out would be the top.
That would be the top here, and then maybe look, it just rejects that same
there,
area, kind of confirm, like that's your confirmation as well, right? I don't know. It happened to work out, but I like
there. Look at all those green candles. That's a 1 minute chart. And then look at the momentum to the downside.
Yeah, exactly. Look, this is like straight greens.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, you can see that
volume.
pattern kind of breaks. If you're watching the tape as well, there's a distinct difference in what the tape looks like on this run-up versus this pullback. So I don't know. That's what got me. That's what got me to go the other way, where I was just like, yeah, I need to just get out of this right now because I'm already chasing. That's another part of it as well, where it's like, I know I'm kind of chasing through the 200. The trade was at the lows, at the pre-market highs, at the opening range high breakout, which was a little bit lower. So I know I have to keep my risk tight. Yeah, exactly. And if it's not pushing through that 200 right away, maybe I don't want to I want to see it like really blast through that 200. And then when it doesn't do that right away, and it shows the tape kind of turning, I'm just like, I just need to get out. So that was kind of how I felt about it. But yeah, Google. Solid. I mean, I guess the selling kind of continues because look, VWAP is continuing to hold 198s right now, and it continues to trade a little bit lower. So let's see how it does going into the close. But Google, pretty wild ride off the open.
All right, guys, Tesla second here. Nice day for Tesla, continuing its move up, 2.5% in the green today. There was this little tidbit from Azul upgrading it from neutral to outperform, and an eye-watering price target upgrade from 230 to 515. Guys, should be noted that 515 is not their bull case scenario. 650 they earmarked for that, but they're going to keep it at 515 for now.
Just had, I'm going to talk about Tesla in a minute. We just had a nice move up there on Uber. Cool. I voted for Uber, and Uber made the list. Uber, just a nice little move right there. I just want to tell you, I just did take a little bit more. So if you're seeing a little bit of a change in price there, we'll take a little bit more right now on Uber, making some new levels and coming back into, again, here's the 50-period moving average. So we'll watch out for that right now on Uber coming back in. Okay. Yeah, we really had a great time with Tesla today early. It's too bad that we went off. As soon as we go off the air, I kind of run, get in some laps there in the pool and then come back. And I didn't actually look at it at all in the afternoon. So that's kind of my bad. Now that I'm seeing this, obviously this 470 right here looks like a pretty good level that we'll want to hold. That we bounced off there, broke it, came back, retested, and back up $4. So we'll have to watch out for 470. But hey, look, this is that momentum that we talked about early. There's the move down. We actually wrote down 460 on the sticky note today. That gets to 463. Could have stepped in there for sure. We actually had that level from yesterday where we kind of barcoded in around 465. We talked about that. And then we talked about this high. That was 462. So that would have been a more reasonable long, but we almost get there, we don't. Once we break through VWAP, which is the purple line right here, I'm like, it's go. And then I'm just like, I even said to all of you and to Obi, I'm like, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to take Tesla right now because Obi and I discussed it live on air that if it takes out this top in and around this 480 marker, that was probably a go anyways, which is what happens right here. So we get in there, and then it just goes. And it was like within the first minute, that's 471 pretty much. It goes to 475 the very next minute. So that's $4 or $5 in the money, and we're like, this is a pretty good day. Comes back in, rips up again. Then our 480 hits. Right there, that's $7 in the money. Then the 480 hits, and upside, boom. Then we had to get out when it broke through, again, back to the downside, just trying to take off some of the risk that we put on. Breaks 480 again, we get it. This is where it gets a little bit like choppy and probably why we decide to leave it. Comes back in, defends VWAP, so on and so forth. We take a couple hits in there, give some back. Then I'm like, you know what? The momentum's down. We shorted through VWAP, and then that was a big one. That was 73s down to 68, 69s. Tried it again, more money there. Then got stopped out finally and said, forget about it. We'll walk away with some profit here on Tesla after a good day. Now let's wait to see if we can go bump in the night here into the close and see about Tesla trying to make new highs. So we'll wait to see if that comes through. But yeah, 476 needs to be broken. I would much prefer a 470 bid.
Yeah, no, Sean, solid trades there in the morning session on Tesla there. So we were looking for that 500 push in the morning, and that didn't really get there. 843.98 highs, and we've been kind of consolidating sideways. But a bit of an interesting action here. When it does bounce off of the 460s, we're holding that VWAP right now. And again, this is in and around where that anchored from a couple of days ago is sitting at as well. So let's see if that level holds. But that bounce was absolutely amazing. Again, I definitely was not at the desk when this came back in. But yeah, that aggressive selling. You look at that reversion that comes in off of that aggressive selling.
You can look at
and
that?
It kind of yeah, exactly. We should look at that. And then it just goes right back to VWAP. So that momentum kind of coming right back in. You can see again. We talk about some of the extensions that are happening on some of these tickers in this market. Just the range of some of these legs. Again, taking scalps on tickers like this is absolutely beautiful in a market like this, I think. But yeah, no, lots of opportunity, I guess.
Trade the Pool. You can see it right there on the screen. Make sure you do scan that QR code. Trade the Pool allows traders like me and you to get evaluated and trade real shares using company capital with no PDT rule holding you back. Trade the Pool has just launched a limited edition program for a one-time fee of $300. You'll receive $80,000 in buying power and the chance to become a funded trader. Hit a profit target of just 4% and you'll start trading with the company's capital. Get funded faster and easier with new conditions designed now for your success. And the best part about this is the profit split has been upgraded to a generous 70%. So you keep more of what you earn. Don't wait. Check it out now and see how Trade the Pool can help you trade bigger and better. Grab that QR code on the screen. What's up, Sharif?
Another day, Sean, another all-time high for Bitcoin. That obviously helps IBIT, BlackRock's spot ETF, guys, up 0.87. A couple of tidbits over here for you guys. So it looks as if we had about $688 million in net inflows for these spot ETFs, both for ETH and Bitcoin. Now with analysts looking at $124,000 as their price target for BC, local price target. Separately, Michael Saylor, the very outspoken CEO of MicroStrategies, comparing New York real estate to Bitcoin. Where are investors winning the end game, guys? Put that question to you.
Yeah, I don't know why did he compare. I mean, we were talking about real estate here, and we talked about, I heard Sharif mention that in the city of Toronto now, quite a high unemployment rate. I don't know what that's going to do for potential real estate. I really like Bitcoin. I was talking about it with you. Yeah. I just think that once they announce this treasury for BTC, then, you know, the reserve, then I don't, you know, like in order to fill up a reserve, you got to find quantity. You got to be able to go in there and buy said asset, you know, unless it's Fort Knox doesn't have any gold in it, or what do you think?
Well, maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, right, exactly.
Perhaps.
So perhaps. So the thing about it is, what's that going to do, right? I mean, there's only a certain amount of coin available, and you got to go over to Bitcoin on Coinbase or whatever exchange and start gobbling up those coins. Well, that's going to, as supply and demand. I mean, I haven't been in school since I graduated university about 3 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, so, you know, supply and demand is going to be working into favor of Bitcoin bulls, in my opinion. So right now, 106.5 coming into play right now for BTC. I mean, we are going to hit all-time highs, as Sharif just mentioned. I'm going to try to find the chart here one more time. And today, yes, we got into that 108 and change right up there. 108.320 again. So look, we talk about this. I'm trying to buy all these dips. We're long right now, IBIT. We took $1 on this already. I'll show you my trade in a minute. But as long as we keep on, and we found this sort of yesterday, it goes back to last week, you know, where we finally broke through the 50. I mean, look, it was downside there for a couple of days. We broke through this is 200 period. Simple moving average on a 15-minute chart. So right into here, we broke it, and although we've danced with it a few times, it's been holding pretty good to the upside. And I don't think if you're going to be trading crypto, they're going to be punching in and out too quickly on some of these breaks. So I would give it a little bit of room. But right now, you're at 105.6. This morning, we were at 103. This is where we went long, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So I think you keep on buying until you significantly break this. So that's the trend if you are a swing trader over the last couple of days. That's the stuff that I'm looking at. All right, so we had written down on the sticky note, let's take this top break from yesterday. So right there in the afternoon, there it goes, 61.50. It was a good trade until it wasn't. And then all of a sudden, it just fell right back in, man. And then we were like, all right, well, let's find that 103. We thought we found it in and around $60 or so. So we kept on nibble, 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 and then eventually blast off to the upside right back there. Did we get as high as we were at that 108? No, we did not. But we got pretty good. We broke through the 50 period. We kept on riding it higher. Then we got into some areas of concern. Now we start to head a little lower. We don't have too much left on this trade, but I'm still buying down here. We saw that 15-minute chart. I like the stock. IBIT right now getting a little close to a buy zone. I would say maybe 60.50 and change. So pretty close right now to maybe reloading some of this IBIT. But you got to believe in Bitcoin to trade this.
Yeah, no, I think something that stands out to me on the chart here is just yesterday we had quite a strong day. Again, Bitcoin pushing those all-time highs. Almost on the daily, we get some fresh levels here, or at least a few times a week now. Exactly, look at that bid coming in yesterday. But that selling that came in the last half hour, or like last half a part of the day here, you can see that selling comes right back in off of, what is this, 61.50 level here. So it attempts to push past prior day's high, breaks that, and then a failure to follow through. And it seems like, again, lots of opportunity in this market. Look, it holds VWAP off of the open, and then can't really hold it right there at 10 o'clock, gives you that breakdown. And then even look at the reversion right there. After that strong selling is done, this looks very similar to the kind of pattern we saw on that Google bid in the morning, where it's like, all right, well, selling is very aggressive. There's that pressure to the downside. And then all of a sudden you get that first instance of a swipe up. And then that's where the reversion comes in off of. This is absolutely beautiful kind of reversion, because it gives it to you right there off of the first sign of the bid. Now, of course, it doesn't always happen like this, but it seems like Bitcoin tends to have some decent technical moves as well. I think a lot of people talk about how Bitcoin it follows technicals a little bit nicer, but I don't really know too much about that. But that is the word on the street.
All right, Uber time.
Not much a headline, Sean, for Uber today, up about 0.25%. There was this headline, though. Corpay company, TA Connections enters strategic collaboration with Uber for business. Yeah, not much on that, but there is this little tidbit, guys. We've been holding the $60 level for a while. Forgive that one area over here. That was Black Monday when the yen currency trade unwind, the yen carry trade, unwinded. So we are at that area of technical support. $60, guys. Uber up 0.25% on the day.
And holds.
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, we're talking about Broadcom there. We might get to that after Nvidia. All right, so wow. Oh man, we were at 58s. No, I didn't even notice this. That's too. What? That's crazy. We are at $60.58. So that goes to $60.58. We did not get more short. That's okay. We're still in this name. So we liked Uber today for the short. It was a good short. We got, this was like a mystery print, but I don't know where the candle was. But we got that short at 47. Goes to the downside there. That was a pretty good fill. Then it rips up there. We missed that. I don't know where we were. That was right at 1 o'clock. That was quite the move up there for Uber. That was pretty strange. We had just bought some at VWAP, and then it shot up. Actually, I missed that move. Right there again, right back. So I think we found a good level. I'm going to use 60.75 as the out now that we've seen this. We already have that order in now, so we'll wait to see if that can work out. But right now it's coming back in. So good little reload there. That's a shame that we missed that, because we'd be spinning it for sure right now. Is the market breaking a little bit? Yeah, so here comes the NASDAQ just in a bit. If you guys are trading the NASDAQ with us, we've changed over our symbol. If you're here at Real Trading or potentially wherever you're at, I guess, you may be on the forward contract. So it goes HMUZ. So the Z contract now expiring in a couple days. So the forward quarter contract now in play for the NAS. But yeah, just the story is the same on Uber. We can look at all these charts and say the same thing. It's the reason why we like the Google long. It's the reason why we like Tesla long. And it's the reason why we like Uber short, AMD short. It's just, this is what it looks like. So you try to find areas to unfortunately play off of. I like the stock. I think the next area for me to buy is going to be in and around this $56 mark. So I like the story. I like the stock. I'm not going to waver from it. But right now it's in the penalty box, and we'll just keep on, sort of blowing the whistle on it, right? I mean, 2 minutes for roughing Uber, like get in that box. It keeps like it's there until we can break back above. I would say like the 66 mark maybe here on the daily. That's kind of what I'd like to see us get a little higher, maybe even 68. So right now we're short Uber until something changes.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. You can even see some of that strong volume. Oh, this is a 3-hour chart. As we tick lower on this chart over the higher time frame, you can see the increased volume coming in with that comes in with some of the selling as well. So yeah, nice little downtrend here on Uber. Volume is also pretty interesting. And on the day, what has it really done? Again, it's on the day today. Something that kind of stands out, of course, in retrospect, is the range, a bit of a range trend kind of going on here. So right here, so a little bit of a bid holding kind of this range here. Interesting action as we kind of trade sideways, right? So it's pretty much, if you look at the daily here, not really doing too much other than selling off. And then the first day we get a little bit of a doji prior day, and then today we're getting a slight bit of a bid, but again, very choppy, rangy action. So still bigger picture on its way down. So I definitely agree with you there, Sean. This ticker coming into some prior support levels as well, all the way from the beginning of the year, and then maybe some from August. You see, that's that August 5th drop that we had, again, off of that, what was it, the carryover trade there on August 5th. So coming into some of those important price levels where it did bid all the way back up to where are these all-time highs? Yeah, so it bid all the way down from there, August 5th, all the way up to all-time highs. Now we're coming back into some of those areas. So definitely one to keep an eye on going forward in the next coming weeks.
Another tougher day for Nvidia, down 1 2/3%, despite the fact that it had a couple good headlines. Here's the first one. Nvidia unveils their latest Jetson supercomputer aimed at unlocking AI for small companies. There was this headline as well from earlier in the day. Looks like Nvidia partnering with Verizon to bring AI supercomputing onto the 5G private networks using, obviously, mobile edge compute. It should offer low latency, high bandwidth, enhanced security alternatives for those without a direct connection, guys. So I'll have to keep an eye out on this one. Still at that 130-ish support level, though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We know like. I feel like we want to buy Nvidia at some of these levels, just for the longer term. I mean, this has just been one of those names where if you're going to look at the Mag 7 and you're going to talk about, underperformance and whoopsies. Yeah, we don't have the split there. Underperformance. I mean, it is down here. Pretty decently, right? I mean, that 150 has been the top right there. Nice push down into 130 right now. I mean, I was thinking that this was a buy zone for us on Nvidia. This daily chart's not going to do it enough justice, so I'm going to bring down another one. I was actually just looking at Disney. Disney forming a nice little topping action right here, looking like a little bit of, kind of like a head and shoulders situation here. We got a little bit of a dump down right there. Okay, so hold on a second. NVDA, let's just have a quick little look on this. So here comes NVIDIA. We talked about this earlier. This is what I was trying to get at, was maybe this 116, 117 area as the bottom. But for right now, I mean, I like the stock. I think you got to still buy it. It looks like it will have, hopefully, an update today. We are still red, down 1.6. We tried to get going there. Again, I think this is the next one to go. We've talked about why Google was the next one. Then all of a sudden that story on quantum comes out. I like NVIDIA. It's just getting beat up a little bit here. So yeah, for me, missed opportunities today. Yeah, I mean, maybe, breaking maybe the pre-market low right there. But look, like the action is definitely low. So we could have definitely played a short. That kind of all makes sense there. And then you get that bottoming and then boom. So, I mean, I guess there was a short early on for NVIDIA. But I don't feel, short. I don't feel bad about missing the long. I would have wanted to stay short on a red day on red names. So I'm actually pretty lucky to stay away from this. I probably would have been short and lost somewhere in here, probably at this high or so, around 129.50. A nice little break there. Still trying to stay under it. This looks pretty healthy to me, man. I almost think this is a long down here near view up 129. What do you think, Obi?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the daily here and just kind of it's looking like it's in kind of in the middle of the range, no man's land maybe. Fading off of all-time highs, so in a bit of a pullback off of all-time highs, right? So on the day today, yeah, some aggressive selling been coming in over the past few days. Today we saw a little bit of a difference there coming in off of the open. Yeah, we got that selling, but that selling got bought up with a bit of a base at that 127 level, and then we reclaimed VWAP in and around that middle of the day their session. Look at how nicely we hold that view up, eventually breaking through that opening range high. And again, it shows you that it might be an interesting level because on the pullback off of the breakout, it holds that level once more and then goes to make some fresh highs as well. So Nvidia, strong trend off of the opening range, low failure to follow through, I guess if you want to call it. That happened in and around 10:20, 10:30. So I definitely wasn't watching this one, but it came in real nice here. But then look at the break of that trend as well, right? So that bid comes in, breaks that down, and then that selling coming in distinctly different on the chart as well for reversion back into that VWAP. So decent opportunities here on Nvidia. I wasn't really partaking in them, but yeah, kind of a consolidation around that 130. It's holding. And yeah, bigger picture, it's still well within that uptrend. So let's see where Nvidia goes. Going into the end of the year, it's still done pretty well for itself.
I mean, Nvidia's been, a fantastic stock. We talk about it. I want to say shout out to my guy over here, B Ballin. I assume this is what he's talking about. Sean, S-E-A-N. I mean, not bad. Close. Yeah, close. Owns Nvidia and is pumping it. You know what other stock I own, by the way, my guy over here? One of the #1 trade ideas on the day was Uber short. I've just been recently buying Uber. So yeah, that kind of stock talk has nothing to do with anything. I haven't, you know, anything that I do with Nvidia or anything normally that we talk about here on the show will be related to day trading at its purest form. We trade with Real Trading here, the #1 prop trading firm in the world, Real Trading. But go. You know, we have to be flat basically at 4:15 at the latest, pretty much every single day, and if not 4 o'clock. So we don't trade through earnings. We don't hold overnight. We don't trade CFDs. We don't trade options, anything like that. It is just straight cash equity, homie. And yeah, so we, you know, both Obi and myself, we really just talk about stocks that we feel like are going to be interesting plays for the day. And then continuation, we'll talk about a day 2 play, a day 3 play, so on and so forth like that. So that's the kind of stuff that we deal with here. And yeah, I mean, my problem is, do I also own Google? Yes. I mean, I own a lot of different names that we trade every single day here on the show. And so I just don't want people to get confused about that kind of stuff. So thank you, B-Balling, and I hope you are B-Balling. You know? Yeah. I hope you're a shot caller. You know, NBA these days, I mean, they set a record. I mean, how boring is the NBA, honestly, right now? I'm just talking about, like, seeing it when I felt like it was real good. Like, obviously in the days of Kobe Bryant and Shaq and the great Laker teams. And then even when we had, like, Vince Carter, Allen Iverson, LeBron, you know, 15 years ago or something like that. Now, they just set an NBA record. I think it was 48 made three-pointers in a game combined. And that was broken a couple of days before. There was the other record was set with 44 free throws, three-pointers. Right now, it's a lot of dribble drive. Oh yeah, you don't know anything about, you don't care about sports.
No, I mean, it's crazy to know that, like, we're breaking records. We're breaking records. Right?
But anyways,
Humans keep pushing past their limits, which is a beautiful thing.
No, that's the thing. The game's just changed, which is fine. I mean, we can relate that to trading as well. I don't know, why did I start talking about NBA there? I'm not 100% sure. But,
taking shots.
Yeah, shot callers and ballers. Oh, B-baller.
Yeah,
B-baller.
that's why.
Yeah. So anyways, all right, let's go. So we did get out of a little bit of Uber there. We understand that it bounced off of, I mean, again, like, I don't know what's up with some of these spikes. We'll have to see if there was maybe some kind of news story or something. I mean, it might have just been a bounce off of VWAP. So the one thing is now we will take some out as it comes back in. If this rips to the upside, we're going to get out. I mean, we've already done sort of the damage that we need to be on this. We've sat here in the afternoon. We only have an hour 20 now until the market closes. So, and then tomorrow we have Fed. So that was part of the warning that we put on our sticky note today, was like Fed's tomorrow on Wednesday. So just be careful with trying to position yourself into the close here today. If this takes out the high of Uber, then we're going to get out of here. And I'm not even going to, I'll average into a little bit more. We were at 58. Then we'll use that as the high. And again, 75 just goes back into yesterday as well. This is not just a random level. I mean, this is a random level because it was ticked up there, up into 71. But let's use it based on something. All you're trying to do as a trader is you used this yesterday, may your fortunes be forever with you. What was the Hunger Games quote?
Oh, may the odds be
forever in your favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all that we're really trying to do, is say that if we've seen this before, does it make sense that this could possibly happen again? So that's the kind of logic that I'm trying to do right now. And we're light on all of these. Like, we only have 3 positions. We're pretty much the only position that we really have a decent amount of shares in, or more shares would be Uber, because we had most recently reloaded that one. IBIT's come back in, and it looks like IBIT actually right now, I'm going to take a piece out here. If we come over to the screen, you'll be able to see IBIT right now. Let's take out, okay, we took some out there, 55s. Looks like it may want to break a little bit lower here. So in what's been a green stock for us today, let's not let this slip out, right? We have one of the masters on tonight here with Brian Shannon of, I was just looking at his Twitter because I don't have it up anymore, at Alpha Trends. And he and I always talk about being risk managers first and everything else second. So that's the #1 thing there. And if IBIT's going to break, then we got to make sure that we're out. You know, it's easy to put on a trade. It's hard to get your outs, whether or not it's on the upside or the downside. That's what you really want to. Yeah, Rodman. Hey, what's up, Kyle Burdett? Yeah, Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman played on many teams. Obi, can you name me one of them? Do you know what team Michael Jordan played on?
Yeah, the Buffalo Bulls.
The Buffalo Bulls, correct. That is 100% Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
It's the Chicago Bulls, my guy.
Chicago Bulls. Oh, shit. No, you know where I'm getting Buffalo Bulls from? Yeah, because you're always saying Buffalo. Yeah.
What sport is this, Obi?
That's football.
Yeah. Michael's.
The Bulls, the Bulls.
Is great.
The Chicago Bulls, of
right,
course.
Right,
Yes.
yeah, no, exactly. So, anyways, I do agree with you, Kyle Burdett, Dennis Rodman, of course, a fantastic player. Sports, yes. But great defensive player on the Pistons. Yes. Dennis Rodman. Okay, thank you, Kyle, for that. All right, blah, 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 blah. All right, so right now, Uber. Let's try to get into something else. People saying right now, I saw something in the chat, and everyone's just laughing about what we've been talking about here. Yay Sports and Chicago, or Buffalo Bulls for Michael Jordan. That's the best, man. Okay. And Dr. J was not just orange juice either. So, all right, so let's go. Let's get ready to go. 130 there for Nvidia. Yeah, 1.7%. SMR. Oh, SMR was a name that I wanted to look at here. So $21, down 3% today. This is another name here that I own. But yeah, I will talk a little bit bullish about it. I mean, you know, we didn't get anything out up here, which is pretty bad. It topped out about 3 times with exhausting candles all the way to the top side, but you've fallen back into the 50 period. So down 3% today. We'll look to maybe play it short, but it's bouncing near that 50 period. Again, small modular reactors there. This is new scale. So I like the stock here, bouncing off the 50 period. Looking like not a bad trade here on the 5-minute. Just kind of touched the VWAP, then fell back into the 50. Generally, a VWAP back into the 50, that would be like sort of the channel. And it seems like it's done that a couple times. So this could be a buy right now on SMR. So we could definitely have a play there. Trying to break above right now the 200 period. So if you're long SMR, I think you could almost give this not even too far. What is this? 75s? I mean, 25 cents? Yeah, I mean, it's not really moving too much. Yeah, that's only 25 cents back to VWAP. Yeah, I think it might be better to wait maybe until we figure out what we want to do. Right here, down 3%, risky business, taking a stock that's down 3% as the market hits its low. I was going to say of the day, but that's not true. It's low here pretty much since that sort of morning bottom. So we're coming into that level again. I don't know. Maybe it's time to trade the futures. Yeah, I mean, some of this move on the spider has definitely been pretty clean, all the way almost back to day lows. We're trading at 603.33, day lows at 603.16, so about 15, 20 pennies roughly away from day low is the spider, kind of selling off into what seems like a bit of a range low from this week. So let me pull it up and show you guys what I'm looking at here. AVGO, interesting hold there as well. I got to keep an eye on that one. Tesla is holding above VWAP right now, pushing into 480 as well. So I do have eyes on that one. So let's take a quick look at what was I looking at? The spider, yes. Spider right here. Yeah, tell me what you think, because I'm getting into the NASDAQ here. Yeah, so that AVGO bounce is looking real nice right now. So yeah, so coming into those day lows right here, so you can see we've been in a bit of a range here. Going to the higher time frame, we can go to like an hourly. You can see that we've been finding a bid in and around these levels on the spider over the past couple of weeks. You can see on December 10th, kind of low consolidation, strong bid off of going into the open coming in Wednesday. We saw some of that last Friday, and that level and that price action off of the level was kind of the same up into these highs, 608s with a 609 high right now on the spider. So sideways consolidation we've been in since breaking this kind of strong trend that we had from the end of November here. Pulling up into those all-time highs, and yeah, sideways consolidation. But let's see if that bid continues to kind of catch. So I'm going to throw up an alert here, just near some of those lows, to see if some of these lows come in. And yeah, we'll watch the spider. I like to look again. We always watch some of these futures to use as a bit of an indicator, a bit of a compass to make certain decisions, or maybe give confluence a little more to certain decisions. But yeah, I think you're right. Sometimes there are times where it's just like, all right, well, if you're going to be so confident in the futures or futures moving some sort of way, then why not just trade the futures themselves? So Good idea. We're in the futures, and right there, 10 handles.
Boom.
Like, we just took it. We just took long right there on the TQQs. They're long at 60s. It's up to 75s. We just busted that through. All right, let's go, man. We're waiting now at 78. Can we get a 78? Yes, maybe we can. So nice little trade there off that bottom. And again, just giving it to that low there. So again, listening to Obi, you know, thinking about what we're doing here, you know, it's about like, okay, what are the futures doing? Where are we looking at? What stocks are moving right now? You talked about Broadcom, right? We talked about Tesla making some moves here late in the day, possibly, right? There it is, right? So some of these names that are starting to lift the market, we can go back to the market instead of trading specific names. You just slide over into. I do the TQQs, but you can go into the ES or the NASDAQ. I mean, I look more, and again, this is like sort of a product of how I trade, obviously. But, you know, I'm going to take another piece out at 73. Okay, there it is. Product of just watching out for the NASDAQ. I mean, you could probably do something very, very similar. SOXL is sorry, not SOXL. SPXL is a good one. This is a 3 times bull so it's the same as the NASDAQ for the S&P 500. So if you were sort of thinking about that, you could get a play there. All right, so just real quickly, we did get another one, so we'll hit the siren here because now we're into Uber. So we did get that 58 short. Now our average price is 47s. With the market just pulling back a little bit right now, potentially we do get a little bit of a drip down now for Uber. So just looking at this level, what is that level? 40s? What are we short at? 47? Okay, let's put a bid at 40, see if we get it. Maybe we will, maybe we won't, but we already have that target up here, 70s and change. So right now, short at 47. It will be a 30-cent hit if it goes all the way to the upside, but this is not a full position by any stretch of the imagination. We wanted 60-50s. We talked about that. It's come in a couple times. The last time wasn't great. We talked about how it held VWAP, like it's been holding VWAP pretty good there, and now that move higher. So we'll see if the market continues to fade out. But, you know, we can't celebrate the TQs and then watch it go to the downside. We still are going to, we'll try it here at 50 because that's sort of been the bottom. Maybe I need to zoom in a little bit more here. So a couple outs up there. We only got out of 30% about because it went to the 50 period. That was good enough. We're just trying to scalp, but we're still waiting out for this bottom to break. So where's my bid, man? 51s. Okay, so we'll try to get a 51, and then that break is 45, 46. So we just missed that dip buy again. That went to 51 again. So we're sitting there. That would have been nice to get that. That would have been a quick 10 handles, but we didn't get it. So we'll wait for it. All right, that's the play for me right now. Long on the market with that bottom in mind. If we break this, Obi, then see you later. Let's just see if we can get a little bit of a bounce back. I thought maybe we could retest VWAP there. It doesn't look like it wants to go. Tesla, I guess at that 480 is going to be a sticky level. So let's wait to see.
Yeah, that 480 is, looks like it kind of is pushing into that 480 right now, but distinctly, again, different from the market that's selling off. We've been kind of bidding up off of that 460 level on Tesla, kind of showing us that buying pressure that may exist on the ticker going into the second half. Or the close. We're going into power hour in the last 13 minutes here, or in about 13 minutes for the hour close. Nvidia kind of consolidating near opening range high right now. Amazon didn't really quite get past its day high just yet. That opening range high in and around 230, 280s. We got close to it. We're taking a little bit of a pullback here again with the markets coming in to their day lows. You look at the NASDAQ come in as well. So that NASDAQ low in and around 22,250s-ish, 22,240s, and we're trading somewhere around, what is this right here? So 270s right now. So 270s we're trading at with the market pulling back in. That bid on AVGO was nice as well. I was like, oh, 234s, that was coming in real hot. It pushes in aggressively into 236s and some change. And then, yeah, kind of giving that up a little bit here. Maybe that market tailwind having a bit of play in that as well. But yeah, I got eyes on Broadcom. I got eyes on Tesla as well. And the spider inching a little bit closer. Again, it's still trading in and around those 30s, 29s now. So that low is 16 on the day, 603.16, trading at 30 as of right now. Alphabet with a bit of a breakdown. Or like, not really breakdown, but it's setting up for one. Look at that Google. Look at the build into those lows. So double top 198s. And then let's see if that bid doesn't come in at that 196 and this market cracks. Do we get a little bit lower? Like I said, this is pretty much a failure to follow through of that 200 as of right now. And that trade again was quite nice. I'm a little slightly disappointed that I didn't have a lot more on the back through, and then that confirmation where we do break down back through some of these opening range levels where, again, it was great prices to buy on the way up, and coming right back into it off of a failure to follow through, the short comes in just as nice on that. But consolidating below that VWAP as of right now, so VWAP sellers potentially there in and around that 198. Coming into day lows, 196.20s right now. Let's see if it catches a bid. I mean, there was a bid once, twice. Let's see if it shows up one more time here on Google. But yeah, let us know what you guys are trading. Let's see what, I mean, a lot of people talking about Tesla. Yeah, I guess Tesla's on its way up here. So I have a bit of a look on this Tesla, or I'm watching the Tesla, right? So let's see, it's been in a range for pretty much the whole day, but nothing too crazy going on right now. But what is interesting was that Amazon, again, like I said before, that Amazon gives up a strong, pretty much gives up the whole day. And then we were talking about this in the morning, Sean, and pretty much lick grabs the low of prior day. So prior day low is at what? We can measure that right here. Prior day low is at 228.01. So it has an 01 low. Today's low is 227.84s, and then you get a strong bid, which kind of reclaims VWAP and then pushes higher as it breaks the trend. Like that's some beautiful action right there. And it pulls up all the way back to highs. Didn't really quite make it. We traded up to 232.50s. That opening range high is at 232.68, the candle high right here on the 3-minute. So it didn't quite get there just yet, but holding above VWAP as of right now. Again, relatively strong compared to some of these other tickers, and so is Apple over here. So Apple relatively strong as of right now. But yeah, I guess I did take a bit of a short there as the trend kind of comes into the close and the market breaks down a little bit. I'm looking for a potential push towards VWAP, but I don't know if I'll get it. Maybe I'll get stopped out, but looking for that weakness to come in. But relatively very strong on Apple. This continues to push higher and higher. So I am, I guess, fighting a little bit of the trend here. But let's see. I'm more than willing to get stopped out a couple times here before it actually comes in. Not really putting any real risk on again. Taking stabs at.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not too happy.
I don't see anything that's so like crazy. That's like, you know, standing out to me, being like, all right, well, you know, maybe I should throw some risk on this.
We should probably find out like what is the percentage of the last 10 times that Powell took the stand. I feel like the market is green, like very green. Like I know once he leaves, fine.
The reversion kind of hasn't been coming in really as well either, but like it's different. Like it's like price action is different. I mean,
I'm trying to think about like, should we be positioning ourselves? I know you're short on Apple there, and you just gave the reasons why and what you're thinking about.
I mean, I'm probably going to get stopped out.
Like I'm long on the NASDAQ right now. We actually get that. So right now, 15 handles plus in the money and starting to go higher right there. We actually get that dip. We told you we're sitting at 51. And I think this is what, again, makes us a little unique here at Trader TV Live. You know, talking about the prices that we're in, then taking the fill, then trading out of it. In front of everybody. So right there, that's, you know, nice little upside move. We did buy that bottom, so that's like 72s. Right now it's at like 85s, 86s, so a nice little 15 handle move or so to the upside right there in the future. So I'm going to try to play long. And right now we are out of about 30% or so of the trade, and it's been a good one. Obviously, we've been able to reload it, so that's been good. But let's see if we can maybe get a move here on the futures, right? Like, I mean, can we get to VWAP right there? I mean, on the TQs, that would be 92 and change. So that's 30 cents or so from here. That'd be pretty nice. Some of these bottoms, 90s. I mean, I don't think, we're not asking for too much, but there's the fade again. The last time we had 50 fade. So like what we're doing here is we're fighting a trend basically from 1 o'clock. Like there's the 50 period there, right? There's the retest, no. I guess tried to get going there, was within 5 cents, no. Comes back up there, hits it again, no. Hits it again, you know. So without sounding like too much like a broken record, the futures do not appear to be going right now. So we've taken the profit, but yeah, maybe we should take in a bit more. Look, our risk to the downside is a break right here. That break is 45. We'll give it a couple more pennies lower than that. So 10 handle break for us, and we're out. But we just took 17 handles, 18 handles. So far, so good. Obviously, we'd like to see this one win. Oh, the CME Fed rate tool. Someone was asking about that earlier. So let's just have a little look on this. Sean doing some OB, what? What does that say there? Sean doing some OB trade.
What is that?
I don't know what that means, but I'm doing an OB trade. Although I'm long the market, you're short Apple. I mean, I think feel like that might be a little different.
Yeah.
Okay, so right there it is, right there. I don't know, it's kind of blurry, but it's 95% right there, 95.4 versus 4.6, and this is not cut versus no cut. This is 100%. I mean, 95%, 25%. That is the no cut. So we're not getting the 50 basis points for sure, and we're not getting anything other than these two options is what it's looking like. That could change, but I mean, I don't think anything major is going to happen. No Fed speak during the quiet period right now as the meeting is happening. So we'll just figure it out where we go from there. Crypto, Fed's not supposed to care about it, but that's been doing really well. We can watch crypto tomorrow on the announcement as well. That should be interesting as we watch out for money supply, of course, as interest rates come into question. So we'll figure that out for anybody that is a bull on crypto. I think you're going to get a good report tomorrow from the Fed. I think the Fed's not going to raise. I think they're done. Cut. I think they're done cutting for now. I think in January will be a hold, just based on what the market's doing. Okay, I'm seeing this come upside. I'm going to give another 5% here at 67 right there if we can. So that's, again, another 50 period out right there for us. So now we're getting a little lighter on it, trying to let it breathe, give it a chance, though. Right now it's the market, and it's trying to go upside for us. So let's let it go just a little bit right now.
Yeah, so I'm kind of looking at some of the volume leaders on the day today. With only about 4 minutes going into power hour, let's see what some of these volume leaders have done. So again, running through the scan with you guys alongside right now. SIDU, again, throw it up in the chat if you guys have been trading some of these names. I don't even know. I didn't even hear about this name, but Sidus Space Inc. doing about 70 million volume. So relative volume about 2.5 times. I guess it's been running for the past, yesterday. So I don't know what the catalyst on it was yesterday, but going from $2 all the way to $7, giving you a little bit of a shake and bake off of the open today. So no real continuation. We did have some, but kind of pulled back, I guess. But decent volume, one of the volume leaders on the day. Now, Nvidia, we're already kind of watching, consolidating above VWAP, which is interesting. Again, goes for that, goes for the market bounce. Idea as well. Rigetti, yeah, Rigetti, not Forgetti. So this thing is still kind of running. Haven't forgotten about this one for sure. And multi-day runner on this one. So Rigetti Computing, what do they do? Are they part of any sort of quantum? Exactly. So Inc. provides full stack quantum computing services. So yeah, definitely some stacking price action on that on this ticker here. So go to the 3 hour. On this one. This one definitely looking very, very interesting as it stair steps to the upside here. Again, we started off not very high there. The low since that prior earnings just last month at $1.05, trading at 10.33 as of right now. Look at that volume coming into this ticker as well. So nice, again, volume leader. It's always a decent scan to find what things are moving in the short term, long term, but what's hot currently as of right now during the week or on the day as well. So LAES, now this one I haven't heard of, but I'm sure you guys have heard of this one. But because again, throw it up in the chat if you guys have been trading it. I know people have been definitely talking about Seals Q Corp as well. SoundHound on this list. Again, let's see what it's done on the day today. That bid looks interesting. Almost a full-on reversion up to high of day, sitting at 19.97. And so it's still got about 90 pennies to go. This consolidation that came in off of the opening flush, definitely getting tested as of right now. QUBT, another quantum name. So you can see a trend here. Some of these quantum names definitely giving us the strongest volume on the day. So seems like I definitely need to be doing better scanning. I haven't traded a single quantum name today. I don't know if you want to call Google. I guess Google is probably definitely a little bit quantum related. Again, AI and quantum seem to be the I guess the hot stuff right now in the market, and we've been getting some trends on these mid to small caps that are related. Another quantum computing, QUBT, Quantum Computing Inc. Again, a multi-day runner on this one, pushing up into some fresh highs as of right now relative to the midday session. Day high sitting at 1763. And again, Tesla. Once again, Tesla, we talk about the chop. It's doing that chop underneath that 480. Let's see if it'll break into that 480. 484 is the day high, so well within range going into the last hour here. And AVGO couldn't really bounce too crazy. It did give us a little bit of a reversion to VWAP. I had that. It kind of pushes past it, but selling kind of comes back in. And this reject right here is what I'm looking at. I'm a bit of a mistrade on my part when it comes back into that VWAP, rejects this consolidation that we had above VWAP, an absolutely beautiful kind of turn there back through that 240. Can't even get to 240. So that was definitely interesting mistrade on my part. Comes back into the day low, and then I was watching it here as well. That bid pushing up, breaking a little bit of this downtrend going into the last hour of the day. So Ford Motor on this chart as well. Nothing too crazy. Seems like it's been in a bit of a range. SMCI, nothing too crazy as well as maybe rejected. Oh boy, oh, look at that. A little bit of a double top. Prior day's highs rejection on SMCI. So I don't know if any of you have any of that. Sebastian in the chat saying, look at the Argentinian stocks. Yeah, I don't know if we have access to those markets, but again, there's lots of opportunity.
So we have access to
around.
Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil, Mexico.
I'll take that. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Whatever's doing, some volume in other markets is definitely something we can be looking at because again, we have access to a lot of different.
If someone had an example of
doing Arval,
symbol, we can try to look it up there. I don't have entitlements, I don't think, on eSignal for Argentinian market, but we can definitely do our best for you. Big Bear AI.
BBAI.
Today, BBAI on New York, taking out day's high right now as we speak. Not really a halt candidate. It's not really ripping and halting too much there today, but up 14%. You know, if you slip up here and you miss it, why didn't this chart change? You're breaking through right now. I mean, what about this 350? Like, this is not, you know, a horrible spot. Again, you know, I like to see sort of a little bit of a better hold of VWAP, but still, man, I mean, on these stocks that are moving this much, it's fine this way. Look at the 50-period moving average has been holding. Now it's like the buyers were buying this thing up. So let's see now if the programs can lift it. I mean, that's kind of what you're looking for right now on Big Bear AI. And I mean, right into here, trying to take this out, no levels until 380. I think this could be clear sales right now on BBAI. So when we're coming into the close now, into the hour of power, looking for something, watch out for 350. Is there a decent size here? Not really. I mean, 54 million shares today. That's 100,000 shares only right there, added up a little bit, maybe a couple 100,000 shares sitting in its way. So nothing going on. Every single, like that's 20,000 right there. So every single order that you see on here will be 100 shares. So for example, on BATS right now, it'll be 1,400, so on and so forth. So that's how we sort of explain it and understand it right there. So BBAI, watch out for 350. Not a bad break area as well. I still can't believe, man, my Italian friend from hockey, really, this is at 1050 right now? What is going on? Rigetti over here. Man, this guy owes me an espresso.
You got some?
No, he has lots of this thing at 77 cents.
Wow.
He messaged me yesterday, and we just missed each other. His daughter was coming, I was going, or the other way around. And at the end of the day, he's like, have you seen this Rigetti? And I'm like, yeah, we talk about it on the show, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then he's like, remember we were talking about this, and it was probably, I think it was maybe over the summer or maybe last year, and he's in this thing at 77 cents.
Wow.
But he's out of the majority of it. But anyways, nice move to the upside there today, taking it out. And I believe this is, again, one of those plays that we talk about as far as AI and quantum, I believe, is Rigetti, RGTI. So, yeah, there it is, Rigetti Computing. Yeah, so it's going to be that quantum play there. D-Wave, quantum shares. I mean, everything in quantum is sort of going right now. If we check out the details, oh, yeah, that Z car the other day, I didn't even really look into that. RGTI, let me just quickly have a quick look here. So 13%, we'll just zoom in a little bit here. 13% short right there. Short float of 34 million. We've probably done much more than that here today. Nice move to the upside. That's a 2-day chart. Let's look at the year-to-date chart, and there's what we're talking about. Real low, man. and now real high. Nice, congratulations for anybody on Rigetti right there. Huge move to the upside. Market cap of just $2 billion. So definitely room to run there. RGTI. Again, man, Rigetti, just a huge mover there today. I didn't call it up because I was expecting this kind of a move. That's a nice move there. RGTI definitely extended out. All right, so we got there it is right there on TQQ. Nice little fade back up into 70 again. So we'll take another out there as we get lighter and lighter. I expect the market to be higher heading into tomorrow, but I guess it's, oops, I just clicked on scanner there. I guess not too much higher. Is there going to be a move into the close? Right now, the futures are kind of telling us no. These are the NASDAQ right here. It's a pretty easy trend line here, right? We start up top. It's going to be a little dirty, but those, looks like, whoa, round and round we go. Get rid of that one for right now. But there's the futures. Trend is the other way, so we're going to have to wait to see if we break. We'll get rid of that one line. So there's another out for us. Watch out. I'm not going to average back into it. We'll wait to see if it holds this bottom. That is right now the NASDAQ. IBIT falling back in a little bit. Google, okay. So Google, are you short Google? No, you're still short Apple. Good. Yeah. Hopefully that's going to be a good trade for you, working out for us. We have very, very small position here on Google at the point where I didn't even realize we had this. We're going to have to look at this breaking through 196. I don't even have a stop. Right now we have 5% left here on Google, but bad position right now. Or into the day's low right there on Google. This is probably worth a little bit of a buy. Yeah, no, this market kind of teetering on near its lows again. The spider pulling back in as well. So I'm just watching this Apple pull in. Nothing too crazy as of right now. Tesla 237s. I'm still watching that Tesla. That's one of the things that I'm watching as well. Broadcom as well pulls back into that 237s right as of right now. So still consolidating underneath VWAP. This market is still down, trending to the downside into some of these levels as of right now. So oh boy. Okay, so that was an insta fill on a bid there. So on Apple. So let's see if some of this can come right back in. So I definitely want to take some off right there. So I was looking for that push to come right back in. Apple right here. Had
so
the wrong stop.
Let me pull this right here. Apple. Yeah. So. This right here. So this was kind of a decent trend that was holding as of right now. Look here. I was looking at this trend hold as of right now. It has broken down back into VWAP, but a quick little scalp that I was looking at. But the bid comes right back in pretty aggressively. I did want to get right back in, but I'm going to reassess as of right now because my average, not the best, kind of better over here at the 53.40s, 53.30s near this double top high was maybe a better place to get it. I was sitting short from a little earlier when I did try to take the long, and I saw that we didn't really have that oomph going into the power hour. So maybe I can get a little bit of a better price there, but a quick little scalp as it bids right back to the upside here. But NASDAQ and the ES with continued downtrend as of right now. So let's take a look at the spider. Spider still low at 16s, trading at 20s now. So hasn't really broken the day's low just yet. But Alphabet did break that day low right now. So let's take a quick look at Google. Is that gonna give us any sort of a continuation?
We're testing it against 195.50. It looks like it's gonna break right now.
Yeah. So you got short?
No, we're long. I'm just testing against the bottom. I was like, it's breaking right now. We're going to give it to 195. It seems like it wants to potentially bounce a little bit off of this level, but yeah, this one fell into our lap a little bit here. We were not necessarily looking for this name, but we're long right now at 60s. So if it bumps up there to 65 again, maybe we could take a piece out. But for right now, we'll wait. So here we are. We're at 67s and we're holding it. There it is. So we get filled out a little bit. 8-9 cent winner here on this name. You can see we've averaged into it. So our average price right now 60 on Google. Hopefully it can get back upside. But yeah, it looks like that Apple trade. Oh, you're out of it now. Okay, good trade.
Yeah.
That was a positive trade, no? Because
yeah,
good. Okay, good.
Yeah. It didn't really do what I was looking for right away, right? I was looking for that continue, like it cracked the trend, like it should go right away, and it dropped down to 70s, and it tried to flush down. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm getting what I'm looking for. It's coming in with the market, but then it kind of starts to hold and bids right back up. I'm like, all right, very likely to probably wash the whole dollar there. So I'm like, all right, my average is below the whole dollar because I punched in aggressively on the break of the trend below, not really kind of getting in where I should be near the top end of the range there. And then when that bid comes back in, I definitely don't want it because I'm like, all right, if I still like the short idea, which I maybe do, if the market's going to continue like this going into the last hour or so, I definitely want to be involved with that. So if it's not going to show me that, I definitely want to get out. But yeah, if this reclaims right here, VWAP continues to stay strong. So right here, so this is very, very short term, but the bigger term action is showing us that, like, yeah, sure, VWAP is holding in, so much so that we haven't even been able to sell off into VWAP multiple times as it continues to trend to the upside, and it also has the catalyst of all-time highs on Apple. So I definitely want to be respecting the bid. If I am taking some shorts, then yeah, I have to respect that. As nimble as I can be, right? Not with the trend is what that trade basically is. Quick counter trend scalp, but it doesn't go straight to VWAP. Like I'm expecting this bid. This bid held for over 3 hours, 3.5 hours. So if it doesn't go straight to VWAP right away, I probably don't want it. The bid is kind of showing itself once again here on Apple, but the market still continues to hold, hovering just below this 22,300. The ES never really got to day low. What is the low that we made on the spider? Wow, look at that, 603.15. That prior low was 603.16, Sean. So as of right now, we dropped below 1 penny on the spider and bid right back up. Trading at 603.40, so that's an interesting, definitely looking for potential continuation of this level holding. Maybe it held well in the morning and that bid came in pretty aggressively on the spider off of the same level. So let's see if it comes back in again, but some of these tickers are turning. Look at that AVGO pushing right back up into that VWAP. So let's see if some of that VWAP comes in on the day today. 238.97. We're trading at 237. So I didn't kind of take this reversion earlier, like I spoke of. It comes right back into that same level, that 233, 234 level, and we catch another bid for another 2 or 3 point move to the upside, 237.78. So yeah, kind of a level hold, double bottom, whatever you want to call it. Nice technical level hold there on AVGO as we hold the bid at 233.80 day low right now. Softy to the downside. Apple did kind of creep right back up above that 253, but catching a bit of a sell. So maybe that is what I want to see. I want to see that support turned into resistance here with the Apple action going into the last half hour, not just yet, the last 50 minutes of the day, Sean. So I don't know if this market's going to drop lower, but Softy looks pretty weak. Softy's coming into the lower end of its range. Bitcoin's kind of pulling back against Spider. It looks hella weak, creeping into its day low as well. Nvidia, though, on Nvidia kind of consolidating sideways. Look how strong this thing is. Look at that. Nvidia consolidating above VWAP, tight range. The market is dumping. Well, not really dumping, but pretty much gradually bleeding for the past few hours. And Nvidia is consolidating sideways for the past hour and a half in about, what is this, about a 1 point range here underneath 130. So 130 level hold as of right now on Nvidia. Sure, we got some wicks up into the 20s, but sold off as well. So let's see if we can break through this 130. You know what? I actually want to bring it up and watch this here on Nvidia. What's going on at that 130? If there's some sort of I guess hold there, I definitely want to keep an eye on it. You know what I like about the second charts? We were talking about the second charts earlier. The second chart's kind of showing us maybe places where there may have been reserves, because you can see reserves kind of knock on shorter time frames. You can see price kind of knock into those reserves, and that can be observed on shorter time frame charts like the second charts as well. So that can be beneficial in certain scenarios. I think I like watching that. But yeah, what was the ticker? Nvidia. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So Nvidia. Let's see what's going on there. So maybe
these markets,
it didn't touch it that many times. So you know it's not maybe as strong. But the more times it kind of touches it, maybe it shows that something might be sitting there, waiting for something to happen. Either hold, respect, resist, or something else. But here comes in 480 on Tesla.
Yeah, I saw someone put that in the chat.
Last hour. So 480. Coming in on Tesla. Let's see what this thing does going into the close.
All right, I mean, I don't want to interrupt you there, but we were getting out of Google at the top there. I mean, we ripped on Google. That was a great trade there. Now we have very, very small left as we come right back in for this trade. We'll see if we can still get higher, but we'll wait to see where Google goes from here. Hopefully back upside right now. And now that I see it kind of pop, I do want to get out of a little bit there at 66. What's going on to level 2? There it is. It was frozen there. We got out some 66s there. Okay, and then it just bounces around. All right, this is too bouncy for me. Almost as if there's news or there's something going on with our quotes right now. Like Google just pretty dancy here. Okay, Google. I'm gonna get out one more piece right now. 78s, then 87s, and then we'll go from there. We just heard that. You know, we just had that Luigi Mangione right now has been indicted. So unfortunately, we could talk about that. We knew that that was going to happen. You know, those of you, we talked about the Dow. First of all, the futures, we actually did pretty good to get out of some futures there as well. The UNH right here, look at this, 480 all the way down into some key levels right now. You know, I mean, what unfortunate, you know, and it was United Healthcare. I shouldn't even mention the names. We shouldn't even, I mean, it's a sad situation, but at the end of the day, it shines light on what a lot of people are concerned about, and that is, you know, healthcare and the insurance products that are offered and the procedures and so on and so forth. So we're not going to get political or anything like that, but I've talked about this yesterday, and today is one of those days where UNH down another 4% has come into some levels here. So I'm going to leave it at that. UNH right now, 470 and change. I think this is a buy. We're not in the States, so I don't really know how bad it is down there. Anyways, that's UNH. I just wanted to bring that to your attention because there are some people that trade the Dow and trade those big names, right? All right, there goes Google, man. Wow, okay, Obi. I mean, we'll take it. Nice move to the upside. And then there goes the Qs again. So we're going to be close to a high right now for us P&L wise, as we made some pretty good trades here so far here today, including the few whoopsies just for you in the last half hour. So including these dip buys here in the futures, you could have done it again. I said I wasn't going to, but there was another opportunity. We'll take another couple of 15, 20 handles there on the upside, getting lighter and lighter on everything. I feel pretty good that we've talked about this. IBIT, again, nice little move higher now for IBIT. And again, we'll take something out. It did make that move into 70s. That could have been a play. We're still in the money, but it is dripping back down. I was going to try to give this to 70 to 60s. Right now, 106. We looked at that on a higher time frame, and it was 10. I have too many charts up. I'm going to have to find the big. Oh, here it is right here. There it was, 15. I'm trying to show you this one because unfortunately, on our platform, we don't really have a great cryptocurrency offering yet. This was the level I was looking at right here, the 15-minute level on BTC right into here. So this is TradingView. This is going to be 105.7. So in and around there. So the 200 period on the 15-minute chart. So, that would be a good spot. Right now we're getting close to, again, 45 minutes left. We'll see if there's any imbalances coming through or not. But right now, Bitcoin sort of struggling there near that top. Good out for us, obviously, on Google. We just went over there and we saw it again. And there's a bunch of outs. 87s and 93s there on Google. So it's a very, very choppy after session or afternoon here heading into what is tomorrow, which is the big Fed. So we'll wait to see if Fed gives us what we need tomorrow or not, but I'm not expecting huge moves whatsoever here into the close. The only thing is, you mentioned Tesla 480.
Yeah, it started to knock.
It basically tagged it.
Yeah.
So congratulations. Did you have it? Oh, you have 479.20.
Yeah,
okay, good enough.
I'm still kind of waiting for.
Didn't even realize that. Great trade. Yep, there it is.
No, not really great just yet. I think
the dollar, man.
It's the dollar out of the money.
Oh, out of the money.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Thought you were short. My bad.
No. I'm not sure. I'm trying to look for the.
So what about the outs then?
What's that?
Do you have an out in mind? If it
kind of breaks trend, I'm more than willing to try this a couple of times. If we're going to push into that 480, looking for that market to kind of, again, similar idea as you had before, looking for a little bit of a bounce here. If we can get that market tailwind, then yeah, even better. But again, I got to stay nimble. If the market does break down and this thing does crack, I definitely have to step out of the way of that one there. But yeah, I'll give it some room. Let's see how this thing goes going into the close there. But yeah, Nvidia kind of consolidating a little bit here. 478 holding as of right now on Tesla. AVGO pulls back off of that VWAP. Look at that strong selling that comes in off of that VWAP. Oh boy. As the market pulls in, let's see if that ES it can happen or can break through that 603.15 day low as of right now on the spider, and the ES pulling in just to its day lows. Let's see NASDAQ potentially following as well. But this consolidation, man, we've been trading pretty much inside in the past roughly 30 minutes, and we're closing into the last half hour. Only about 11 minutes left for that last half hour to begin here today before the closing bell. And yeah, market's kind of pulling back into where we were this morning off of that sell-off. So we did recover pretty decently, and then that selling comes right back in, and then we're coming right back into some of these day lows as of right now. So going into the close, not really watching anything else, but Alphabet continuing to make further lows. So maybe that's pulling the market down a little bit there as well. Again, got to remember how strong of a constituent that Google is in the markets. And that one is breaking fresh lows as of right now. Consolidating sideways is Nvidia, Amazon as well near its highs. Apple holding that trend as well, still trading 253. So it's a good thing we got out of that one there. And what else is there? So AMD. Oh wow, look at the reversion on AMD. I totally missed that one there.
Yeah, that was
beautiful. That was I mean, the strength kind of falls off of 127, and then it comes right into 124 is 125. So yeah, absolutely wild on that one. Like I said, a lot of opportunity in this market, depending on what you're looking at, where you're looking. It seems like there's something, there's a lot of things to go around here. Again,
so I shorted Amazon.
Going pretty strong into the end of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Amazon, okay, maybe it's doing a little bit better. We did get out some more IBIT up to the top side there. Let's take out 10% for 10, well, there it is. We just got 17s for a little bit more than that. And let's just see what we can do right now. So, all right, so we're looking at this trade here, thinking to ourselves, how low can you go? So there's Amazon, nice little break here. Again, it's 20 cents. Look, this is what we're doing, man. It's scalp nation, so stand up. The chef is cooking. Nice move right there on Amazon. So we just shorted off the 50-period moving average. Again, shows up on our scanners. We have different scanners here. We talked about with E-signal and whatnot. Here's a watch list. We have VWAP scanners, 52-period moving at 52-week highs, lows. Google hit it today. IBIT hit it today, both on the high side. Amazon shows up here as being at the 50-period moving average. So we take it, you know, nice downside push. We're out right now of 30. Okay, I'm going to add one more piece. We're out now of 30%, soon to be 40%, hopefully to the downside. There's 203, 02s, and then hopefully 01s, and then we'll see about getting that fill downside right now. So here we go. Amazon, come on, give it to us one more time. And it's just a small trade, man. It's 30 cents. We're holding it there with 01s. You guys saw that. Hopefully, Bill, all right, there you go. We're on ARCA there and NASDAQ. All right, nice pull down right there. We are now out of 60% of this trade. Good trade there for Amazon. All right, good trade for the futures. I mean, we could see our net, obviously, as we're up on that one. It does break that low, so there we go. We will fail out on that last bit. Fine for us, man. We shorted Amazon. It's working out good for us. IBIT, good little move back up to the upside. We'll see if we can get back higher right now. We have less than 5% left of IBIT. We only had about 10% when all this was happening. Started getting out. Wait for one more piece. But right now, Amazon out of 40% with a nice trade, man. 30 cents now in the money. You're still long that Tesla. Let's see if that can hold. But for right now, so far so good here on some of these plays. What's up, eh?
Keep an eye on VIRT. This one got a nice pop here with volume. This is a Virtu. The Pulte family saying they're calling upon Virtu Financial to sell itself to either a third-party private equity firm or another public company. So basically a call for sale here for VIRT by the Pulte family, sending this stock to the upside. Keep an eye on Virtu as we head into, I guess we're halfway through Power Hour, guys. Back to you.
All right, we can have a quick look at that as well. VRTU it was? Yeah, VRT. VIRT. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, Virtu Financial. Okay, so here we go. 37.50. Again, whenever you're talking about buyout rumors or anything like that, you know, equity stake or activist or anything, you just try to say, okay, let's get the excitement out of the way. So obviously it's going to bump higher there, but potentially how high is high? And on a deal for a financial, I don't know how much can even There's probably been some back and forth deals in the space. I can't really think of any too much right now, maybe in the insurance spot. I don't know what sort of a premium would be onto that, but up 1.6% doesn't really seem too spicy. But what a move for Virtu. I mean, wow. 16 back in April, this is a double up, more than that. So good move there for Virtu. I wonder if someone knew something. There's a spike up to 37.80, and here's a drop right back down in. So that's why it is important. Look, if you zoomed out and you sort of heard that story, that would be a good little short. I'd say you stay short until it breaks 38.50, but being short in a name that has news like that, you are at risk of a halt. So be very, very careful for that as a potential play, right? And so you don't want news, you going short and then it halts on news that there's a buyout and you are stuck with those shares. So watch out for that. All right, so that's the positions that I'm in right now. Is there anything else that you guys want us to talk about right now? SMR, Roblox hitting the scanners. You were just talking Apple, so we'll pass on that. I paid for shorts on SMCI, did not trade it today. 33.80. All right, what were we doing yesterday? Wasn't it a little bit lower? Yeah, obviously it's up 1%. 35 and change. You know, when I look at this right now, I guess, you know, underneath VWAP right there, the hold and then the hold. So that's what my eyes turn to immediately. So we're not there yet, so we'll pass on that. You mentioned AMD straight downside, and we had looked at the short on the sticky note at 126. It does go to 127, yeah. This trend is right now. This is almost where it's like you're getting that FOMO again, like just punch short. Like it looks like it might not get up here. You don't necessarily have to wait for the best price in 80, but nice downside move. Market's giving it up, man. Market's giving it up. We talked about the trend to the downside right there. You got to get rid of, got to get rid of this. Line. Oh, here you go. Remove. There it is. Okay, that's pretty easy. Nice downside move there into the low of the day. Could be a reload potential here on the NASDAQ if you were looking to add to your shorts or get into a long or get out of your shorts at the low of the day. What's going on with your Tesla?
That's some strong selling coming in on AVGO going into the close as well. But yeah, strong selling making a little bit of sense. We'll look at the market kind of flushing in. So we broke those prior bars on the 15s to the downside, making some fresh lows there, both on the NASDAQ and the ES. So the ES finally kind of distinctly printing some fresh lows below that opening range low as of right now. Tesla kind of bidding up a little bit off of 476. I'm watching it right now, just kind of looking for that 480 if we can get into that 480. Going into, I guess it's 325 as of right now. Nothing too crazy going on. But Broadcom, that selling that comes in, man. So it's kind of showing us that, like, okay, well, you know, again, we talk about things being distinctly different. The past couple of days, we've had that aggressive buying going into the ticker, and today it's just been selling dominant on Avgo here. Broadcom trading a little bit lower, below VWAP. Again, VWAP has been sustained quite well on this thing since the open. You can see that it kind of came in off of an all-time high push of that 255.95, that strong downtrend. That sellers coming in the pre-market, going into the open very aggressively. I remember I was talking about this in the pre-market, is trading around 446s, and I was like, yeah, if it maybe comes down to 246s, maybe if it comes down to 240, I'll take a look at it, and then it does that right going into the opening in and around that 240 mark, and I was like, oh boy, that trade is kind of done. Looking to short into that potential level of interest, and you can see that comes right back in 241's that consolidation high from the middle of the day as of right now, and trading underneath VWAP. So that couldn't really sustain above VWAP, pushes into VWAP, pulls back in for a double tap of these lows at that 234. Once again, pushing back up into VWAP. Selling coming in aggressively again. Market tailwind doesn't necessarily help at all, but yeah. Let's see which tickers close, which ways going into the close right now. But Softy still strong, relatively strong, consolidating near its highs. Alphabet, again, fresh lows, so that thing's been pretty weak along with the market. Tesla, pretty strong, near its day highs. Amazon as well, pretty much near its day highs. It recovered a decent chunk of that sell-off in the morning. Chips, AMD continues to sell off, Sean. So yeah, AMD, aggressive selling. Nvidia as well. Nvidia's breaking consolidation lows as of right now. Intel's been a seller as well. Oh boy, I got to continue looking at that one. SMH, nice little reversion to the downside off of highs that couldn't really get through. What time is this? At around, I guess, going into 1 o'clock, 12:45-ish area. So pulling back off of there, 250 as well on SMH, on the VanEck semiconductor ETF, that consolidation happening in and around there. So let's see if the market bounces off of some of these lows. Maybe we get that little bit of a tailwind on that Tesla to look for that 480. If not, that's perfectly fine as well. More than willing to kind of give this one a little bit of space. Broadcom coming back in with the bid. So yeah, that selling was aggressive, but that bid coming right back in just as aggressive. So interesting to watch some of this price action. Definitely some competitive action going on some of these large caps for sure. But some of these things are trending pretty straightforward. Like AMD is a great example. So we can take a look at that one. Let's see what AMD has been up to here. So AMD, look at that 3-minute chart, continuation off of the open, and then reversion coming in very beautifully after that bid kind of dissipates there, all the way back to VWAP. 127.50s, 127.08s were the highs, and then we're pulling back all the way down to 124.50s as of right now. So some strong selling coming in on these chips. Yeah, look at it. Wow, look at that bid on Broadcom. That Broadcom just jumped up to VWAP right here. So I'm going to continue watching this one, Sean. Absolutely crazy. Let's see what happens going into this close, because we are 30 seconds away from the last half hour, and Broadcom just wiped up all the way to VWAP. So I don't know what's going on there. I see that you've been. I
mean, look what we just did right here. I mean, now we have some planting some purple trees here.
Let's go.
We just shorted. Like, this is a big. I mean, these are big trades. And, you know, we're just, I mean, look, it's not often. It's often now, it seems like, that we have Obi on. But I'm going to let this guy speak and just get smarter the more I listen to him. But there's the move down again, just like good trade for sure to the downside there, as Amazon does make those highs again and then just fade right back out. As we talked about, there we go. We just got, wow. What did Amazon just do right there? That was interesting. We just got low 90s. Okay.
Nice.
I mean, I know that thing's annoying, that money thing, but that was pretty good trade. I don't know. I mean, they're there. We still have a piece on for that. So yes, sir. Amazon, nice move. iBit saying other way, please. Nice move back to the upside here for iBit. So let's see if that one can run. Wow, this is turning out to be a pretty decent afternoon here for us as we continue to trade the markets and do stuff that we love to do here every single day. Please hit the like and the subscribe. We need more of that, man. I mean, you guys are sitting here watching. I'm not sure what we're at right now. I'm going to hit the like button myself and then get a little bit of a refresh and show you. But right now, over 4,500 of you watching. If you haven't done so, please do it. Hit the like and the subscribe. We have 372 likes. Just a little button, you know. Push the little thumbs up. For free. Free 99. Yeah, we'll even pay you. It's free 99.
It doesn't hurt to subscribe.
Yeah, push the button.
Hit the like.
I mean, like, not even asking you to subscribe. I mean, that would be nice to subscribe.
What's the viewership right now? 4,400.
Here it is right here.
Yeah. So boom.
It is right here. I mean, you know, 450. We were just at 350, so we'll take 450.
That's like what? One in 10 people are hitting the like.
That's not enough. You know, and plus that doesn't even include some of the people that have, like, you know, they're already here. Like, we need, you know, these are the new people coming through. So if you've signed up or you've watched in the last 10 minutes, please hit the like button. All right, there it is, man. 600, almost a double up.
Okay, yeah.
Almost a double up. We'll take it. Thank you so much. They like us. All right, look, they might not like us, but someone that I know is working. There it is, 627. Thank you so much. That's a double right there. So we appreciate that. 350 to 620. Good math, almost a double. We'll get up to a couple thousand after that, but especially after this, we got Adara. What's the segment? It's Sector Watch. So let's go kill it with Adara.
We have a little bit of a different version of Sector Watch that I usually do around 3:30 p.m., so around now, sometimes also during the midday, where we take a look, not just at sectors as a whole, but at certain names that are outperforming or underperforming the market in a big way on the S&P 500. And we're actually going to focus on one sector in particular this afternoon. It's going to be the embattled health services sector. Usually what I do is we look at the 3-minute chart, we talk about the catalyst, but given how beat up health services is right now, I thought it would be more interesting if we looked at daily charts for some of these names, which are also trading sharply lower on the day. Now I have to start with the name that kind of started this all off on December 4th. That is going to be, it's going to be United Health. Yes, there. Sorry. It's going to be United Health here, UNH. Luigi Magnone just being indicted here for the murder of United Healthcare CEO. That is the branch here of United Health. His name is Brian Thompson. So UNH, this is again the daily chart, has been selling off pretty aggressively since that event occurred, basically kind of stirring up, I guess, some negative thoughts about the insurance sector as a whole, or health insurance particularly. We also have Humana. This is down about 10% right now, and that is also the daily chart looking to take out previous support in a pretty big way. Getting a price target increase from Morgan Stanley, but that still cannot save HUM. And last but not least, we have Cigna, CI, though CVS is also sharply to the downside. Cigna down about 3.5% right now. This, as you can see here, lots of increased volume as well on the daily chart for Cigna since the event on December 4th. But it's also interesting here, Cigna and CVS, along with a lot of these other health care names, got pretty sold off yesterday as well. Donald Trump, during his Mar-a-Lago press conference, said that he wants to cut out the middlemen or knock out the middlemen in the drug space. So sending some of these health insurance names to the downside as well. Just a quick, I guess, inside look at one sector that we haven't really talked about as much, but has certainly been on watch, guys. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Adara. Yeah, right here, good little work. Also running this Twitter account right here. We have Trader TV Research. Go find TTV Research right now. I'm going to like it and retweet this one right here because what we're talking about right now, so here it is. This is our first ever graphic. This is a year-to-date look and a month-to-date of every Mag 7 stock along with the two major indexes. So here we go. Year-to-date, obviously with the blue, so nice moves. The biggest one there looks like Nvidia in and around 150% as well. And as you're looking here, the month, red. So the only stock right now red for the month of December is going to be Nvidia, with the NASDAQ exchange obviously being up to the green side and everything else there nicely up to the upside. No, wait a minute. Green would be, yeah, month to date. So up, up, up. There's Nvidia to the downside. So there it is. Go follow it. I've just retweeted it. So all of you guys, we have almost, by the way, we almost have 50,000 right now. So thank you again for all the follows and all the likes and all of that fun stuff as we keep on, trying to tweet out some of our trades, some of our ideas. I tweet out the sticky note every single morning as well with some trade ideas or some stocks that I am looking at. All right, Amazon, just back to it right now. It looks like we'll punch out a little bit here at 94 or get filled on the bid. I don't have any more bids. We got filled on that whoosh down. So there it comes in again right now as the NASDAQ looking to give some back. So that'll be fine for us. I know you're long on Tesla. We'd like to see the market go to the upside for that. I don't know what the market's doing though right now. Obi keeps on fading out. The trend has been this way. We drew this little line. It's been straight to the downside and respecting it for the last, pretty much since we started going down. That's 10 o'clock. So nice move downside right there. That should be actually 11 o'clock downside move because in Chicago it's an hour back. So right there, yeah, Amazon, take out a little bit more on that downside. So those are just some things right there. Thanks for that graphic. Go over and follow that account. I hope that the followers are starting to go upside there as Adara running that and doing some great work there. Our first ever Trader TV Live graphic right there from Research. Trader TV, TTV Research right there. Nvidia's below the 130 support line, says TCC in chat.
Yeah, I'm just.
Is it?
What is?
Go ahead. Nvidia, yeah, now below 130. Yep,
Yeah,
that's been there for a minute. So good call on that one. And if you're looking at levels, that's a good one. I like the 200 period right there, 130 and change. So here comes the market right back to the upside. Hopefully that's going to help out your Tesla.
Yeah, I'm looking for that 480 to come in.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Nice.
There's only about, 25 minutes left.
That's one of the problems.
Quick maths, GG's. So for 78 halves right now we're trading at, so about a point and a half away from that 480 going into the close. Let's see what this one brings here. I don't really see anything else too much. Spider, yeah, coming right back above 603.30. So yeah, market with a little bit of a bounce here. You can see that coming in on the ES and the NASDAQ at the same time. Softy bidding back up to its range highs as well. We're trading 79s on the bid here on Tesla. So let's see if we can get a point higher there through that 80. Prior high, where's that prior high sitting at? Prior high sitting at 480.68, and then day high sitting at 483.98, so just shy of 484. But yeah, if we go through that 484 going into the close, oh boy, that's definitely going to be a little interesting there. Maybe some offside action potential through some of those highs as of right now. But yeah, no idea what this thing is going to do going into the close. Not really. I guess not really as strong as I was looking for, but continuing to hold near its highs underneath, covering underneath this 480 as of right now. No real push, Sean, as it kind of bounces off of this downtrend on the market. No real push here on Tesla as of right now. So Apple actually got back down. Wow, look at that. Apple got all the way back down to its VWAP and looking for a test of that VWAP as of right now. Oh boy. So that short definitely looking decent as of right now. So let's see what else is going on.
I wonder if I'm going to take that 480 break.
Yeah, that 480 is coming in. That 480 is coming in, but here's the thing. A lot of these are not really clean. So again, I would be definitely risking accordingly for that. But that's why I like to build into it. Let's see how that kind of helps us out going into the close. As again, tape speed ramping up a little bit, pushing into this 480. I just realized you guys can't see it, so let me pull it up for you guys here on the tape. Do we have a filter on this? Now we do. So let's see if any sort of size comes in off of that 480 as of right now. Trading in the 70s. Market's catching a nice little bid, so we like that for sure. Market tailwind definitely helping us out. Wow, look at that bid up on the ES. So yeah, SPY, S&P 500 catching a little bit of a bid finally going into the close. Let's see what we do in and around this 22,300 on the NASDAQ. Again, this is the March contract now. So I did flip over today. I think, what is it, changed this morning or
Friday.
yesterday? Last Friday, yeah. So.
No, this Friday, third Friday. The volume's gonna, so the volume yesterday, I think it was pretty close. I'm pretty sure today it's flipped over to more volume on the H, but like officially it's the third Friday. And then that's what, we talked about that with Raider Trader. We have big, this is the third Friday, man. Big S&P rebalance, man, year end coming through there. So we'll have some craziness, I'm sure, about it on Friday, as there's going to be many names dancing around, especially in those last few minutes. And that's what we're waiting for, is the imbalance locator right now. Hopefully that will come out to the positive side for both of us. If it comes out long, then obviously that'd be great for Tesla. We're in it. So there it is, man. There's the break. I wasn't even on the stock. There's the break for Tesla. I was going to talk about Amazon because we covered some more, but there goes Tesla. We're in at the quarters now. Blue. That's the highest we actually crossed up. So that's not great, but you know, that's where we're in. So again, I'm kind of like, obviously, Obi's been massaging this, great trade. We don't have that price. We have the break price, so a little bit different. If this does scalp out there, if we can get a little bit of a move up there. I was offering into the 80s, and the reason why is we did have this top right there that was 481, basically. So I pretty much offered, that's actually 480.60. That's not even that good. That's pretty much where we just touched out on, right there on Tesla. So we're going to get above that. Like, the minute this can hold, I mean, the minute it holds 81s, then I think we probably are clear, because we need to get above that recent high right there that we talked about. Let's see if we can scalp it. We don't want to scalp too much out. I do have an offer at 80. So hopefully we can get back up there, zoom through that, and then get going. I mean, why not? Into the highs. I mean, does this really want to settle down? I mean, remember, tomorrow's just another day. It's Fed day. That's not till 2 p.m. So we could get a rally in this name, and I wouldn't be surprised if that does happen. So let's watch out for Tesla right now, taking off to the upside. Good trade.
Yeah, I guess for now it's holding that 480. I don't know. It's not really holding it too well, but the market is pushing to the upside. We are still sustaining on top of this 480, but let's see if we get that continuation. Again, 484 is the day high, and we did blast through this 480, but it hasn't really caught too much of a bid just yet. Maybe we're waiting for that market to print into that last 15-minute candle. Again, it's 342 right now. 3 minutes left on that. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on that candle to finish printing as of right now. But yeah, Tesla attempting to push towards some of these highs. Let's see if we break back below this there we are, 479 halves trading as of right now. So a strong pullback. Yeah, bit of a fail of that 480, but let's see if we hold on the bid anywhere around here. If not, that's fine as well. Again, market not really giving us that follow through that 22,300, so maybe that's what we're looking for as of right now. But that 480, again, not expecting it to be clean. Let's look for that chop. Yep. Let's look for that messiness, and let's see if there's actual continuation on the higher time frame here on Tesla going into the close. So 479 halves. 479.30s trading right now, so we did kind of pull back off of those 80s. market kind of pulling back off of that 2230 as well. So let's see. Another knock on that 80. Let's see if we can push through this time. This is the back through of that 480. Let's see how strong it is on a second time knocking through. Again, we did break through this prior high and wick up into what I see a high at 480.44. No, sorry, what's that high? Not 481.80. Sorry, 481.80. We kind of wicked that and pulled right back in. So maybe some sellers sitting there right away off of the break to pull back in. But again, sustains on the bid and continues to push higher. Let's see if we can get to that day high. Again, these are all-time highs. And the trade in the morning, what I was looking for was a push into that 500. We didn't quite get it, but I don't know if it's going to do 20 points in about 23 or about 20 minutes-ish going into the close as of right now. But yeah, that 480.80 coming in right now. So poised for a bit of that higher day test. Let's see if there's any real follow through on this one. What's going on, Sean?
We bought some 479 dips there. That was pretty lucky. Nice move there for Tesla. But hey, look, the only way to get all of the moves is by having a, hold on, I got to fix my seat here. By having a trusted platform, and that would be your trading platform and your charting platform. And for this, eSignal, I believe, is your #1 choice. And you got to go for it. Easy to use, very, very extremely reliable. I mean, there's nothing worse than, having that big trade all lined up only to find out that, you're down. You can't chart it out. You can't back test. You can't do anything. This is what we're talking about here. Every single day, you want to have the most reliable. Get it. Best charting software. It's all entitlement based. They connect over 50 plus brokers. They have apps. This is my favorite part. We talk about the scanners that they have as well, literally by market cap, by move, by percent move on the day, trade rate, volume rate. It's all right there. It's eSignal again, because it's entitlement based. You can, you have questions about the Argentinian market, go for it, man. I mean, you can, again, get entitled for that market. Get the ones you want and pay for what you want, not all the excess. And again, pre-built also, various indicators already pre-built into the platform. So anchored VWAP and all of that. It's what the traders use. You might as well use it as well. It is eSignal. All right, so Elon is streaming right now, says Duke. I mean, Derek can probably try to confirm that at some point. Okay, so it's just Tesla right now, starting to go to the upside right now. So again, good trade. We were able to rebuy. I mean, good trade by you. You were buying it down low. We got it on that dip. We got 479.20s or so. So a nice little refresh back there to the upside as we do get hit. Did we get hit at those 80s? Yeah, I guess we did, right? Yeah, what am I talking about? Broke through 481, right? So came up to that 481. So there it is. So there's our outs. Good outs for us, obviously, as we go here today. Let's see how high Tesla can fly right there into the close. We've got it, baby. We're almost at our highest spot all day on Tesla. I know I get too excited and start to punch out. So we'll start to get some more outs here.
Let's see if it can break through that high a day.
What is the high of the day?
The high a day
84.
on right now is 483.90.
483, yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm going to get another piece out right now at 94.95. And there's Elon news. Oh, boy.
Be listening into that.
I just want to clarify, I did find the Elon streaming story. I thought you said Elon screaming, and I was like confused there, but I did look this up. So there is a stream happening here. This is TSLA from Elon Musk, but it looks like they're streaming a video game. What happens is here is just him testing, streaming on X using Starlink. So this looks more potentially of a look for Starlink than TSLA specifically, but of course it is Elon Musk related. So again, the stream looks just like video gameplay using Starlink on X, guys, just to clarify that story there. Back to you.
So Elon doing some gaming right now.
He's gaming, yeah. Nice. Why not?
We're doing some. We're doing a little bit of gaming ourselves over here.
Why not, Elon? Good job. Yeah, good job, Elon there. And look, I mean, regardless, the Nasdaq bumped as well, right? So I mean, that's going to be part of the story here. Like, there goes the Nasdaq, there goes Tesla. So you can't do too much more than what we're doing. Like, you want to trade weak names into weak markets and strong names into strong markets. Well, we said that potentially for that run up into VWAP. So there it was. And there goes Tesla, right? We were able to cash out, and you were like, let's wait to see the day's high. I mean, we're getting closer and closer to that right now. I feel pretty good about
for imbalances.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
So I was feeling pretty good about getting some out right now. Okay, well, Now I don't. 482. Okay, well, at the end of the day, we're going to have to trade out of this a little bit. I am a little cautious of the imbalance. I'm going to get a 10% more right here at 482. I just don't need to see that little turnaround. There it is. We'll take it out again right now. So far, so good here on the trade. Amazon was a part of, my thought about going to the downside. Let's punch some out here at 12s if we can get that fill. There it is. We can take some more out there at 12 at the 50-period moving average. So a good short there so far. So, man, this has been a great afternoon. Long Google, that was cash. Long Tesla, now $3 in the money. Long IBIT, 50 cents in the money. Short Amazon, 30 cents in the money. So far, so good. But it's Tesla where we've got all of our eyes right now. So let's wait to see how high can this go. We just nailed that top there. You mentioned it was 4. We actually have a top fill today. I can go back and find this out. We have a 484 fill. So we're like right there. We already have the top fill there today, but we're going to get more. Let's get more top. So if we can get up there, that'd be a good little trade. And we are talking about these imbalances. If you're wondering what's going on, these are coming out very, very soon. So we will activate this and get ready to show you the NYSE and the NASDAQ imbalances as they come in less than 1 minute. So there goes Tesla. What is your positioning now? I'm getting out some more as it's starting to rip up.
I definitely got out of like 80% into...
okay, you're at 80%?
Yeah.
I ain't out of that much, but all right, now I'm starting to get out more.
Too much, but again, holding into these imbalances, I'm looking for a little... I mean, I don't have necessarily a stop in the market, but if it does wipe down a little bit there, I'm more than willing to punch out, so I'm going to be watching that. With only about 30 seconds left, I have the imbalances up here. I can just find it right here, bing, bang. Where is that? That's the one I'm looking for right here. So yeah, let's just take a look. If Tesla shows up as anything too crazy, we'll see it come up and show up right here in about 9 seconds, Sean. So
yeah, I'm starting to slowly punch out of everything here. 3, 2, and 1. All right, okay. Well, I just got a bid out there. So I don't know which way that went, but we just got a good little fill on the upside there on Tesla. So I think it went back and forth. It's Apple with a big bid right now. So there it goes. Apple back through the day's high. There goes AAPL. Wow. Huge move there for Apple.
Wow.
I bet you the futures must be screaming.
Flying.
There goes Apple. We haven't seen an Apple bid like this in a while. Wow. 3 milli. Palantir other way. Palantir was trying to get green there. Palantir other way. Google other way as well. A little downside pressure on Google. Of course, Tesla, the name that I'm in, I do not see. We could sort this.
Yeah, so I don't think, I was looking for it to be somewhere near the top. It's not really
not
near
anything there.
So
all right, so Apple, Palantir, Google,
that
Rigetti.
Apple bid, though, that's absolutely wild. What is it, 3 million buy imbalance on Apple? It goes from 252s to 253s, pushing all-time highs. That's absolutely wild there. Yeah, let's see what this thing does going into the close. A little bit of a bid back up off of that 480, Sean. So let's see how some of these imbalances kind of come in. If we scroll down, maybe we'll be able to see a little bit of Tesla here. I'm not really seeing anything. Oh yeah, Starbucks. I wonder how that one closed going into the end of the day. That thing sold off pretty aggressively yesterday. I don't know if you saw that one, but SBUX. Let's see what it did on the day today. I did get short a little bit earlier for a stab at it, but here's the thing: VWAP is a little bit of a level there, and I wasn't willing to wait for VWAP to come in. Look at this beautiful trend to the downside, but that range kind of stops me out a little bit. Had to sit underneath 93s, 93.40s here, lower highs, but that continuation on Starbucks, oh boy. Look at that sell-off, Sean, off of the open yesterday, and it comes in aggressively all the way from 98s trading in the pre-market, 97, 92s trading in the pre-market to a day low coming in at 93s on a name like Starbucks. So breaking down on a higher time frame with a bit of continuation going into the close today. Wow, Broadcom with a bit of a bid as well, 239 incoming. Let's see if Tesla can push through that high, Sean. So we did pull back into that 480, and I did look away for a little bit, but it seems like we held decently. So yeah, that thing is coming in hot going into the close. A bit of a squeezer here. Let's see if we can get some more upside here. Again, 484, just shy of that, is the day high. And with only about 8 minutes left until the close, this name is kind of running up into that day high with a bit of aggressive tape and price action, Sean. So let's see if this 480 sustains going into the close. We definitely have that market tailwind now. So on our side, that Apple, oh boy, that move was absolutely crazy on that buy imbalance. It's kind of starting to stabilize. There goes AVGO as well. Wow, this bid that came in off of that 234 double bottom. Oh boy, we're coming into that 240. So almost a 6-point run off of that area where I was just like, oh, okay, this is looking kind of decent. Bit of a failure to follow through of prior lows on AVGO, and it just goes all the way back up to 240. So it is, it's pretty much scalp city in these markets, Sean. Absolutely wild. It just seems like you can things in Momo stay in Momo.
That's
Is that the first law of
yes.
You know?
Yes. I mean, that's the one thing that I think that we've
PA dynamics. I don't
If
know.
you've learned anything in the last, when was the election? November 5th. If you've learned anything in the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks, it's that momentum can carry forward for a little bit as, some of these big time names, right, continue to go to the upside, and we continue to see quantum names getting huge pops there. We've seen some of the Modernas of the world go to the downside as we get more and more appointments with RFKJ there and whatnot. Good, and then I was sort of thinking about that because I was going to talk about IBIT. And there's our out on IBIT right there at the 200 period. So good trading on IBIT, bought those dips right there, out right there at the 200. We did get some out on low side. We had talked about getting nervous about that break, but does not break and holds that 106. So there is crypto. Oh, you can't see Ethereum. There's Ethereum 39 and then Bitcoin right there as well. So so that's CLF. I don't know. We did not mean to click on that one. All right. So we have $3 in the money right now with Tesla. Now we have been getting out. We do expect a move right now at 355. So right there's what we've just done right there. So 482, 450s. That's right away we got that. We got a couple fills upside as well. So a bunch of 42.50s right now as we get ready for Tesla into the close. We got a nice little ramp up yesterday into the close, and looks like we may be getting it again here today, up that 4%. Let's see what happens with Tesla in 3, 2, 1. Flip it. All right, so Apple still stays bid. Apple probably continuing. Yep, there it is. So Apple was 3 million, stays bid. That's good. We like to see things that stay. Nvidia, I can't remember, was that a sell or a buy? There goes Nvidia, though, a buy into the close. So we like that stock. Apple has a chance to go parabolic here into the close. If it stays bid right now, taking out brand new all-time highs right now, the high of the day is right here right now. Apple continues to make it work out. Nice trade upside. Looks like Apple is at day's high and breaking out. So there it goes, man. Congratulations to everybody on Apple. That's a good trade right there.
Yeah, so Broadcom as well, ripping to the upside, 240. I don't know what kind of imbalance Broadcom had. I don't really see it here on the list just yet, but an aggressive bid through that 240. So yeah, a couple of tickers that caught a bit of a bid into the close. Tesla definitely one of them, and Broadcom as well. Broadcom catching a bid all the way from 230 here going into the close. So about for an hour and a half, it's been catching a really nice bid, goes all the way to VWAP on the break of this trend that we got off of high of day or consolidation midday highs right there, 241s, and pushing up into 240s going into the close. Oh boy, if there's definitely, if I was sitting short and I was like, okay, well, you know, maybe I was being a little stubborn, maybe I'm starting to sweat a little as we push up into these 241s. Look at the strength on Tesla, holding that 480 quite well, with only about 4 minutes to go, Sean. This thing is continuing a little bit crazy. Do you think we see 500 this week?
What did it say, Tuesday? Yes, of course. Yeah. I think it's we can see this in the after hours.
Yeah, we can see it literally in the after hours. This thing has more than enough range.
Yeah, make sure you guys join me and Adara and I and Brian Shannon from Alpha Trades. I'm going to flip over to the desk in a couple minutes. So we just got a couple minutes is the end of the day. So yeah, I've got to get over there. But right there, so we just got some more outs. I know, Obi, I don't know if you were getting any out there, but 481, and there's 481.25s. So we just got a bunch of out there. We're long right now at 479.17. I am actually going to cancel my stop orders. We don't have anything left, just this. So what about a break? 478.99. If we break that, we are see ya, we're gonna get out. So we took advantage of it. We did real good on this last little dip buy opportunity, as I know Obi did as well. So nice move there to close the day on Apple. If it breaks a little bit lower, we will get out of that one, but so far so good there. Good way to end the day with a nice little win on Tesla. Watching out for Apple. I mean, everyone has that. Most people will have Apple, some sort of exposure in their account. That's nice to see this one look at this run.
Yeah.
Like Warren Buffett's out of it? Like, come on, why do I even own Berkshire?
Oh my God.
You know? What's this guy doing? Nice move there for Apple, of course, upside. So congratulations to everybody on that one. I don't know. I don't even really want to get up to I want to do the recap show, but I don't really want to leave this Tesla position. I don't know. I could put a market on close order in, I guess, if it's not too late for that. But here we go. Just trying to watch it out here. 480 and change
58.
Right now for Tesla. Maybe we just get out. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty...
We're both in.
It's holding. I mean, it's holding as of right now.
We're both in.
So only about a couple minutes going into
All right,
the
I have to
close.
take something out here.
Yeah.
All right, so 480.05. We'll take another piece out right there. I'd hate to just get out of this one, but you know what? It doesn't make that much of a difference. All right, I'm out of here. All right, thank you, everybody. We're out there at 480. I got to go over to the desk. So if this is at 482 in a couple seconds, and I just cost, that's okay. All right, I got to get out of here before that does wind up happening. All right, Obi, I'll see you tomorrow no matter what. It's me and Neil tomorrow, so that should be a great show. Again, thank you, Obi, for coming through. I'm going to go over to the desk. So kick it to the end of the day.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, with only about 1 minute to close, I got to get the countdown ready over here. But yeah, what crazy price action today. Lots of opportunity. We continue to talk about all the opportunity that's been in this market. The volatility, the range on some of these moves, absolutely crazy. You can see AVGO squeezing, kind of bidding up aggressively into the close as of right now as well. And Tesla still holding that 480 going into the close. So with only about 30 seconds left, throw it in the chat. What have you guys been trading? I want to take a look at what we might not be able to cover everything, but I want to take a look at what you guys have been trading. What have been your best trades, your worst trades? Throw those tickers in the chat before we leave here. And only about 20 seconds left, so I gotta come back into this. Is that Apple? No, Apple is pretty crazy. You guys should have seen Apple today. But with only about 10 seconds left, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've been here for you all day. With 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There is the close, guys. So pretty crazy market as of right now. Hopefully you guys are participating. A lot of opportunities. I'm always curious to know what other people are trading, how they're trading it, how they're looking at certain things as well. So yeah, I'm going to continue kind of watching some of this Tesla. Yeah, I'm holding it a little bit as of right now, but let's see what it does going into a little past this 4 o'clock mark. But yeah, AVGO continues to bid up as well, guys. So hopefully you guys had a great trading day. I know that Sean is getting ready at the big desk over there with the Dara, so don't go anywhere, guys. We got a market recap coming up, and oh boy. We got some pretty interesting earnings on the way this week as well. I don't know what earnings we have tonight, but definitely we have Micron on watch as well. So gonna keep an eye out on that one, and I think they might be ready for us at the desk as of right now. So I will see you guys soon in a couple of days. But tomorrow Neil will be back. Have a good one. Safe trading.
Thank you, Obi. Yeah, market recap. Don't we normally have like an intro to the market recap show, or just kind of flips over to us?
Never had an intro.
Oh, we never had an
Whoever
intro?
sitting at the desk says,
What's up?
oh, take it away, and then we take it away.
What's up with the budget? I thought we should get an intro. What? All right. Yeah, we don't have any more budget. Sorry about that. All right. So, hey, pretty red day, though, today.
Yeah.
Never really got going. So welcome to the market recap show. And as Obi mentioned, that's kind of like a little bit of an intro there. Thank you again so much for joining us. Nothing to report here tonight. We'll talk more about the market. We did have some big moves. I want to talk about some names that you guys want to talk about. I have the chat open. So welcome everybody. Thank you for traveling over here. We'll do a little bit more talk now about the broader market because we're not so focused on individual names right now. But hey, good day overall in the market if you're short. I mean, here's the triple Qs right now, ending the day with a nice little rally. If we come over here, it did try to get a little bit higher there. So not off the lows, not on the lows. We did have a nice little drip there, drip higher, I guess, push higher in Tesla near the end of the day. And then the biggest name of them all, Apple, approaching. I don't know if we ever found out. Sharif and Joe are looking for the mark where this hits $4 trillion, because right now the market cap $3.8 trillion. So we could get a fade off that number. I remember when it first hit $1 trillion, there was talk, then 2, then 3, now 4. So Apple all-time highs there today as we flip it over into the daily chart. Look at this. You're talking about a little bit of a run here in Apple. This goes back, let's just go back to the beginning of November. So this now is, I don't know how many trading days, 30, 35 trading days, Adara. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red days. So you're going to talk about like a 27-5 run right now for Apple, all the way to
nuts.
Probably not that many, but we get about 20 trading days in a month.
Yeah.
So we're halfway through now. It's probably pretty close
very
to
close.
about 30 days right there, with 4 or 5 red days there for AAPL. Something that broke today that was a lot of fun is GOOGL. We'll talk about Tesla in just a couple minutes, but there's Google breaking that 200. I'm not actually logged in right now to show you my trade, but we did have that trade breaking to the high side there. And what a great run it was early, but you had to get in and you had to get out, because then whoop, all the way to the downside, Google gives it up and actually closes the day. Where's my fail? In the red. So we got really excited there. Google all-time highs, breaks through 200, great trade, only to finish negative. So boo on you, Alphabet. You call it Alphabet or Google?
I call it Alphabet when I'm trying to be newsy, and I call it usually Google when I'm talking about the trade desk. There's also Google and Goggles, both of which Obi gave us, so lots of different names for it. I usually go Google or Alphabet. I'm not picky.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be
What
one
about
of
you?
those.
You usually do Google, right? But you
I
call
never
Alphabet
call
a
it.
lot
The reason
too.
why I never really call it Alphabet.
Do you?
Nah, do not ever call it Alphabet. Today's day started going quite nicely with Tesla. Tesla, again, we started the day up that 2-3% there, trying to get through 480. It does get through 480. This reminds me a lot of that Alphabet trade. Just said I'd never say Alphabet.
Oh, that's what I mean. I think you say it more than you think you do, because I've definitely heard your voice say it before.
Probably.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I gotta try to log into Twitter here as well. I just got the Twitter code. Should I say it out loud so people can hack into my account? 7, 8...
Oh boy.
No, we're in. Okay, so again, Tesla, nice upside move there today before fading out completely there down into the downside. The reason why I actually wanted to show this account is because right now I do know that we have a large number of viewers here, over 3,700 of you. This is a brand new account. I think a couple months ago probably.
Yeah, I think it's been like about 2 months now.
Trader TV Live research account now, 24,000 followers. So that's a great job there. Our first ever graphic, Adara told me, was there today. So again, Nvidia, Tesla leading the way here. This is year-to-date performance, but if you're going to look at the month-to-date, that's in red here. It is Tesla.
Yes.
Tesla is just smoking everything so far here. Looks like the S&P this month flat. It looks like
Slightly flat. Yeah, I think it's. Yeah.
NASDAQ up a little bit. Apple looks like it. I mean, Apple's going to be growing through there. Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, Google, but it's Tesla with the red stuff there on Nvidia. So thank you there for Adara. Go find it, TTV Research. So
thank
big
you.
Big account right there. All right, so there's Tesla ending the day right here. What are we doing right now on Tesla? We had to get out to come over here. It was around 480. So yeah, no crying about that one. In and around that 480. Closing near the highs for Tesla, up that 4%. So a big bang for anybody on that name. We do have Brian Shannon coming on, which should be interesting because one of the only green sectors today, Adara.
Yes.
FXI. So here we go. This is.
We know he does not love.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's another thing that we want to talk about. Anything you're thinking about talking to Brian about?
Yeah, I have. I always take notes. It was interesting. He always posted like funny little charts and comments.
Right.
Sometimes he did something about Oxy. You were just talking about Warren Buffett earlier today too in BRKB, because I know you're involved in BRKB. He posted something about Oxy being pretty weak lately, so I might ask him about Oxy. But also, there's a whole post-election AVWAP. Apparently, that's been pretty popular. So lots to talk about. Brian's always posting up there on X. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, so here's Brian's account right here, and it was talking about some of this. These are some anchors that he's dropped since the election to give us some ideas of what's weak, what's strong. So now I'm basically burying the lead here, but we'll talk to him more about this. You could see XBI downside. So we're not happy about that. That's a name that we like as well. So we'll talk to Brian about some potential new ideas and what he's looking at. China trying to hold out today. China TAN, which of course is a solar ETF, putting in some work, and then the XLY. But what we can do right now is just quickly talk about some heat maps. So just looking at the heat map that we have right here, uranium down 0.7%. It looks like a pretty mixed bag. Like everything is down, not mixed bag as far as green versus red. Everything is red, but it's like everything's like 0.7, 0.8% to the downside, which is not great. XLI, man, the industrials, they've been losing it over the last couple days as well. As right now, we get a little nervous about rates, right? I mean, rates coming back in. How's that going to affect the industrials? What's that going to look like? Are people going to start chasing yield a little bit more? And if they do, maybe the industrials come back. XBI, again, let's go over here. What was XBI down today? 0.27, so not great. But again, on the daily, trying to be underneath that 200 period moving average. Another one that caught my eye today, we talked a little bit about uranium. I like SMR. SMR's been getting hit. But what about NUK? Wasn't it NUKK?
Yes.
What was the news behind that? Because
they basically, apparently they did some deal to acquire 51% of a supplier for Iron Dome.
Right, that's what it was.
Yeah.
The Iron Dome's there in Israel, so obviously been very, very useful and very, very effective. And again, I don't want to, not to get political, but that's where the world's going. We've seen moves in Palantir based on defense and government contracts. And
Boeing
whatnot.
Even flying on some of that news. So
yeah, so Nucleus right now, nice upside move, 758%. Where's the short float on this thing? Coming through. Short float only 2.47%. That's probably gotten a lot bigger since then. Cash on hand 4.6 million. And then the shares on this thing, yeah, there's the cash again. I don't know where the total shares outstanding. There it is. Wow, 2.6 million. So not many shares outstanding. All right, quick look on the stock heat map. So in what we were talking about earlier today, kind of interesting with some of the moves. AVGO, nice recovery day for them. Downside a little bit there, trying to pick up some value. We saw some AMD also to the downside. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. So what led the way today? We'll zoom in here. Technology, Microsoft 0.65%, 0.64%. Apple roughly that 1%. And then wheat keeps getting weaker. It looks like Nvidia, Dara, another down day, down that 1.2%. There's Broadcom. Not much to fear about Broadcom. A nice move up. 175 pre-earnings up to 250. So congratulations on that one. But Broadcom today pulling back just a little bit down, now 4%. The sector that a lot of people have been worried about here has been health services. So let's zoom in again a little bit more on this one. UNH has been beat up. And again, it's a sad loss of life, but at the end of the day, it does shine light on the healthcare industry, where there's been a lot of talk about mismanaged funds. And again, let's not worry too much about it, but you know, healthcare is a tough one when you're talking about stocks, you're talking about pleasing shareholders, but at the same time, it's the people that are paying the premiums that deserve all the coverage. And unfortunately, that's brought light to some of that not been happening. These are June 24 levels is what we're trying to bring up to here. So, you know, you're getting back into that summertime. It's a big recovery move here for UNH. And we've seen some plays in the diamonds, which is the Dow Jones 30. That's now had 9 straight down days. And I guess today's been another one. We'll have to double check that.
It is. Worst losing streak in 46 years.
Is that what?
That is correct from what I'm reading.
That's not true. So the Dow has not been down
this much, or like this losing streak. Yeah. That's what I'm reading.
As a percentage, it's definitely been down more, but maybe it's the 9 straight days. That's the problem.
I think it's the losing streak. Yeah, that's what, like the amount of days. Yeah.
So is today 10? I think it was 9 this morning, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess it would be 10. All I know is it's just, it's been a week. And it's funny, too. I was just saying this in the chat as well. I put this in there because it's funny. As you mentioned earlier, Nvidia gets added. Nvidia has been added to the Dow.
Right.
And it did not, it did not help because it's interesting. Intel was the worst performer in the Dow when it was removed from the Dow. And now Nvidia comes and it does not, unfortunately, help the Dow Jones.
A bunch of consumer discretionary names today. Really starting to go, man. Win today. Nice little bump there. We had that China. We had Macau. So that's going to be a good name there for Win, as well as LVS as we get a little bit more talk there. Again, I think gambling. I love the fact that we can invest in casinos. It's been a rough day. We'll check out some win and all that as we go. Here's win's chart right behind us. So again, this is going to be, let me call up that is a daily chart. Okay, so just stuck in a range right now. Win casinos did have a nice move up there on China stimulus, but that's pulled back a little bit there. So win, nice move upside. We have Nike earnings later on this week as well. So that's a nice little bump up there as Nike tries to get going. Again, a lot of these names kind of stuck. Tesla's not stuck at all. McDonald's looking to make, they've just had some highs in and around that $300 mark. They're kind of hovering around as well. A lot of names just kind of chilling out. So McDonald's would be another one of those. Fox, a big move there today. The healthcare, the XLVs, AbbVie, Regeneron, J&J. Actually, we highlighted J&J before as well. I actually talked about this yesterday. Look at the lows here on J&J on the chart. You like that?
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah. So right
Sorry,
there,
I got too excited.
she's liking that J&J right there. Back to June levels again as well. So as healthcare comes into talk, you can maybe pick up the XLV would be a good little spot there. If we type in XLV, you'll get a little bit of everything. So as you can see, there it is right there. ETFs unite. You're going to get a nice little move there in XLV to the downside. So thank you so much to everybody watching. If there's any earnings that you're looking for, let us know. We do have the Benzinga Pro platform up and ready to go for you. So if there's anything that hits on that, we'll be able to find it. And here it is right here. Okay, so Rigetti, we talked about those guys trading a little bit higher right now. So that makes sense too. QBTS, IonQ. Again, some of these quantum names. What is the ETF? QUTM, I believe. No, QTUM. Quantum. So look at this ETF, man, just absolutely on fire right now. If you're uncertain, I have to find the components in this, but if you just want an ETF, this one's already gone. So there it goes, QTUM, huge upside move. IONQ has been a monster runner as well. Like, this is what I talked to Wayne, I talked to Obi, I talked to everybody about this. And it's like, we are very, very excited about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's run's been pretty epic. It's closing at highs. It's at highs right now, 108, 107. But let's take a look at quantum. I see Brian right now getting ready to come on. Some of these names and some of these ETFs have been really bumping up. This IONQ, I mean, where would I even drop right now an anchor on this one? Really upside, just continuing another 4%. From 30 up to 43, some of these names are off, and they're just continuously moving higher. The biggest player in quantum, though, but you're not going to get the pull from it because there's just too many levers, Google. Google continues to make new highs, right? Today, another new high before a pullback and finishing red. Have we possibly topped out? I mean, this is what the NASDAQ looks like. Like, every time we got Brian on, we look at, like, is it relatively strong? What markets are moving? I am going to talk to Brian about that post that he made about some of those anchors. There are some weak spots in this world. It's not just a name. Mag 7 is just not running everything. We had XLI pushing back down. We had XBI. I mean, look at our XLE. Some of these energy. Look at energy. What? Oh my God, how do I even own this name? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let me catch my breath.
That's yuck.
10, 11, 12. 12 straight down days.
Oh boy.
For XLE. Come on, start buying some energy names around here. You talked about Oxy as well. Occidental, look at this low. Warren, what are you doing? This was another big, wait a minute, hearing some news about, MasterCard with a 12 billion share repurchase program. Buy this name. We like MasterCard, not, before I say buy this name, not financial advice, but and again, do your work. But right now, 76, there it is. We just said buy it, so I'm right. Okay, so 533 there. No, just joking. Nice upside move there for MasterCard again. Dividend announced as well.
I was going to say there's a dividend too. They declared, apparently, okay, the way this is worded makes it seem like they never had a dividend. They did have a dividend. However, this dividend is now going to be increased 15% here. Used to be 66 cents, now it's 76 cents. Going to be paid out here on February 7th, 2025. That is a quarterly dividend. And then also announcing that $12 billion share repurchase program. That's going to become effective once their current repurchase program ends. It's going to be December 2023. So it sounds like the new year, you get our new repurchase program.
So I see Obi sitting over there at his desk. I'm going to say attention to Obi, and maybe it's a little bit too expensive. We don't trade MasterCard too much, but look at this chart. Right now, on that news right here, MasterCard's going to look to take this out. 536.89 right there or so. Let's call it 536 and change right there, the all-time high. And here we go, looking to break higher through there right now. I don't know about what the liquidity looks like on MasterCard, but
Probably spready.
probably pretty spready. Might be right up your alley there.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
what
you
I was
like to
thinking.
trade some of those names coming through. So MasterCard right now, nice little bump up there. Are we getting anything? Again, it's going to be MasterCard specific, right? Dividend announced 76 cents or so, and then the 12 billion share buyback. So again, some of these credit cards have really been working. AXP highs right there as well. Visa highs, Capital One. And that's a little bit more of a bank situation there coming back in, but the pure plays with Visa, MasterCard, and AXP, nice little upside play. All right. Are we ready, Fabian? Then let's go. It's Trader Talk with Brian Shannon. Let's bring him on. Mr. Shannon, how are you doing today? Over 3,000 watching, and welcome to Trader TV Live.
I'm doing well. Good to be here again, Sean. How are you?
I mean, if you own some Mag 7 stocks, you got to be pretty happy. So we're pretty happy over here. But I did note something, and we did want to talk about it. It's one of your posts, and what a great post it is as well, Brian. I'm just going to get right to it because we don't have too much time on this recap show. But here it is, at Brian Shannon live. We have Brian Shannon live on Trader TV Live, everybody. Let's go. Let's hit that big celebration there. We're really happy to have Brian. Over 300,000 followers. So this tweet is getting out there right now. SPY, Qs, IWM, XLF, XBI, and SMH. As we talk about it right here, there is some talk here about these anchored VWAPs. So as I have this up on the screen right now, of course, we can screen share your screen as well. What are you trying to say here with this tweet without me simply reading it? Let's discuss some of the interesting things that you're seeing in the broader markets.
Well, the S&P for one, so I've got that same chart here, as of the close today. And the S&P, we're seeing right now a little bit of lower highs and more repeated tests of this support. To me, with that declining 5-day moving average, we're below the anchor from the high in the month today. It runs the risk, I think, of coming down in towards this 600 level, and the anchor from the election is that black line. NASDAQ, much, much stronger, obviously. It's just extended, protect your gains. Russell 2000 just continues to be terrible, getting rejected at that declining 5-day moving average. Semiconductors a little neutral. Biotechs, they're stuck in a nothing range, and financial stocks are breaking down, probably, heading towards, I think most people are looking for it to close that gap down at 46.5. I think that's kind of aggressive, that you're most likely going to get a bigger bounce, maybe a bounce as it undercuts this level first and then come down, but it's definitely a mixed market, Sean. I mean, different messages from different markets.
I mean, I think that's especially coming into tomorrow, right, Brian? I mean, tomorrow we got the Fed. And again, on a 96% right now, we just talked about this CME Fed rate tool of a quarter point. And then it's like 70% for January that we don't get a budge at all, that we stay neutral at that 425 to 450 range. So it looks like maybe the cutting cycle has come to a little bit of a stop. Shouldn't that concern us, though? I mean, if the Fed does not have our back anymore, I've always been in my 20-something years of trading, I've always thought the Fed has been our friend and we don't want to fight the Fed ever. So if they're sort of through their cutting stage, maybe they're not, maybe they are, but does that not change some of the rhetoric here and why it's so important to look at some of these anchors?
I mean, it could, Sean. I don't pay a lot of attention to the rhetoric. I mean, I remember coming into the beginning of the year, we were slated for maybe 9 cuts or something like that, 12 cuts, something ridiculous. And I don't know how many we've had, maybe 2 or 3. And now we're slowing down the rate of cuts for next year. To me, it's just price action. Only price pays. I can't assign my opinion to what the Fed is doing. I've got to look at what the market's saying. Otherwise, it just drives me bananas. And I lose money doing that too. I always, interpret it wrong.
And I think that's important to talk about that because tomorrow at 2 p.m., the market's going to go a little haywire probably, as we always see some liquidity join in there, as some algos get turned on. And then at 2:30, when he hits the podium, for us day traders, that's kind of the more important part as we start to get the Q&A. So, and I know you've been on the show before heading into Fed, and I kind of know the answer to this, but we have new viewers all the time. What is your advice? I know you just sort of talked about sort of going through the trend and fighting that, but what about for some of us traders that are maybe day traders or maybe swing traders? Do you do anything tomorrow afternoon, or are you going to let it settle down and then maybe look at some charts, dig into it, and then maybe have some plays into next week? What does a guy like Brian Shannon talk about or look at with, especially with some of your subscribers? What are you talking about with action for possibly tomorrow's Fed rate cut?
Anytime there's a Fed day, I'm generally much, the first hour and a half of the day, you get some good opportunities, then it slows down dramatically. So I typically don't try to initiate any new swing trades on the day of a Fed, simply because, if I don't have enough cushion by the time 2:15 rolls around or 2 p.m. rolls around, I might get shaken out of them. So I try to make it just a little scalp morning, let it settle out, in the afternoon, and then, kind of see where the dust settles and how things are setting up for the coming days. But, we've got my problem here lately, Sean, is just there's been so many stocks that are making these insane moves, like the quantums that you were just mentioning, to keep a close handle on everything that's moving here. The opportunities are really overwhelming. So that's the good news, that we've got so many individual opportunities. We don't really have to care about the market too much. Just manage risk in those names.
Hi, Brian. Thank you so much for being here with us. A couple names we wanted to ask you about. I know you posted recently on X here about how Oxy's been pretty weak lately. We also had some weakness here in the Dow, which actually has now completed its longest losing streak in 46 years, so 9 straight down days. Is there either of these that you kind of have any thoughts on? If you wanted to share your thoughts more on Oxy, or take a look at this Dow chart for us here.
Well, the Dow is right now right on its 50-day moving average. That's often a level of support, but the 20-day moving average is often a level of support as well, and that didn't respect it at all. So for me to get interested, I'm not going to be a buyer while we're below this declining 5-day moving average. It's just as simple as that. If I am, it's going to be for a quick day trade, but maybe we see something like this occur in the next week and a half or so, and then the Dow can maybe be bought for a longer term position. But right now it's still in pullback mode. I want to see it, maybe it does something like this again, and then it's a buy over here. But right now, while it's below that, I have no interest. And Occidental Petroleum, my point in there is this stock is simply guilty until proven innocent. On this weekly time frame, we've spoken about this a number of times, even throughout over the summer. I remember talking about it with you guys, that this giant support broken became resistance, and now it's just a clear pattern of lower highs and lower lows. There's going to be bounces, but they will be sucker bounces. There will be sucker rallies. If they don't scare you out, they'll wear you out. I see this current downtrend no different than where we were, over here, where, everyone got excited about these rallies. But when you've got that declining 20, 31, and 42-week moving average, when they're declining, stay away from these names. They're just going to lose money.
We want to talk about a little bit of Fibonacci here. I saw something that you posted on Nvidia as well. We talked about it today, that Nvidia right now in correction territory, down 10%, add another close to 1% on that here today. And here's a sort of are we calling it an X or a tweet, or I don't know, but this is what you just posted today, this morning, just around noontime here, that we're at the 38.2 retracement level off that August low. But right now, above anchored VWAP from the 10-to-1 split, above anchored VWAP from the August lows. So, I mean, Brian, what exactly, like, you're highlighting this, there's the 1 minute, there's where you've sort of zoomed back into there. What great charts. I feel like you're an absolutely fantastic follow. But at the end of the day, are we buying this name yet? Because I've been talking to traders as well and thinking the same thing. I always say buy the best. And right now, I think the ultimate bottom, 200 periods, and we could zoom this back out as far as we can go back. But we didn't break the 200 period back to 23. So January of 2023 was the last time we were at the 200 period moving average. It's just been a rocket ship all the way up. We tried to get there, we didn't. We tried again, we were still 20 bucks away. And right now, it's down there at 117. So as Nvidia hovers around some of those anchors that you mentioned in and around 126, is this a potential nibble if you like the space?
I think it is a nibble, Sean. I think it's a nibble that probably rolls over and does go down to that 200-day moving average. Everyone's been talking about this head and shoulders pattern.
Right.
Well, we broke below the neckline, and that's a good thing. We want to see a break of that neckline on that head and shoulders pattern. The thing is, it just dropped from 146 to 130. It just dropped 10%. So when a stock drops 10%, now's not the time to start thinking about shorting the stock. It's a time to think about covering your short if you're short and looking for a bounce. So it is a logical place for this stock to bounce because it's that 38.2% retracement, the anchor off the August lows, that green line, the anchor off the 10-for-1 split over here. But when we look at a shorter term time frame, here's the 15-minute time frame, we're still below that declining 5-day moving average. So I day traded this stock today. That's all, because we're below the declining 5-day moving average, and we've got a very clear pattern here still of lower highs and lower lows. Now, maybe this makes the high with a higher low tomorrow, and it's good for a continued bounce. But for this stock to turn, maybe it does this. And then we get, maybe that bounce is up towards the 135-ish, 138 level. And then maybe we roll over and go down to that 200-day moving average. So it's still, in trouble here in the near term, but showing signs that this is where it's supposed to stabilize. We had our first little indication of that today in that we got back above the daily VWAP and held above it here on a closing basis. So that's a good thing for now. I would say, likely to hit 134, 135 this week before it, maybe does roll back over again.
Brian, great analysis right there for sure. I was going to ask you, what our best chances here for the SPY are tomorrow, but again, into the Fed, we don't really know what's going to happen. So I'm going to, we do, but again, that action is pretty independent. What about Rivian? Rivian's had a huge move up, all right? So I asked the audience right now, what was a stock? And I was going to maybe point to Tesla, but this is a name that's pretty cheap here. It's Rivian on the daily, RIVN. You and I talked about this. I feel like it was a couple months ago when we were trying to make some of these bottoms. They've got some, and I'll just tell you some of the news there. We got some recent injections from Volkswagen in the billions of dollars there as they're going to be sharing technology and whatnot. So there are some catalysts to the upside again. A lot of demand for their product, just unable to make them at an efficient price and at a profitable price yet. So as they get going here, more capacity, maybe Rivian can get going. Me looking at this, and I can leave it to you, but maybe this most recent low, if I drop an anchor right here, maybe to in and around that bottom of October 22nd, we do get a possible drip down into 1250 maybe. But what does Rivian look like to a chartered market technician like yourself there, Brian Shannon?
Well, I bought this stock yesterday at $14.15. I sold my first third up at $14.85, which was daily R2 yesterday. And I got stopped out of another third today as it undercut this low right here. So I have 1/3 left and my stop is $14.10. So in other words, I'm not going to let this thing turn to a loser. I think another thing, Sean, is that I think the Biden administration said they were giving Rivian like a $4 billion loan or something like that. So it's had a really nice run in here recently from, up 70% or, 55% off the low of last month. It's probably getting stretched on this leg higher. So that's why I'm so careful about the tight stop to protect what I have left. But the fundamental story is maybe, like you said, making more sense. And the weekly time frame is still just kind of, maybe starting to make sense. I'd really love to see on the weekly chart a higher low and then for it to get going. Yeah. So maybe pull back down into this cluster where the 200-day moving average is, build a higher low, and then maybe a more sustainable rally.
Yeah, that grant, I believe, to get that Georgia plant going and sparking some jobs there as well. Okay, Brian, we talked about it. Your info's at the bottom at Alpha Trends. Anything you want to talk about? Anything you're talking with your subscribers? I know you have that paid Twitter or paid X option there as well. What does that get people, and how's that been going for you?
Yeah, good question. I'm getting great feedback. I'm providing a ton of, really educational stuff. That's my style for talking about the market, Sean, as you know, that I'm not just showing you, hey, buy this stock here and there, but, why and what's developing. So I talk every day about the markets. I use the ETFs as the best educational tool to lay out the concepts of good, low risk, high probability trading and objective analysis. So I do a midday video for them that's about 3 to 5 minutes long. I do an end of day video and occasional little tweets in between with stock ideas. Tomorrow I've got a live webinar for subscribers to the X product, and it's just $10 a month. So it's really an incredible deal to kind of dip your toes in the water.
So live webinar, you can have them both going at the same time. Chair TV Live, Brian Shannon. So great opportunity right there. Thank you, Brian. Again, best of luck heading into the Fed tomorrow, and best of luck with your stream as well. And thank you again for all the information. And I think you're an absolutely fantastic follower, subscriber or not. Go over, look this guy up, Brian Shannon. Thank you so much for joining us one more time.
Same to you. Thanks, Sean. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. That's Trader Talk. Look, thanks everybody right there. We actually held pretty good there. Over 2,500 of you still with us. So thank you so much to Brian. Thank you to James in the chat there for the question. And I don't know, we're going to do it right now. Let's go. Let's try to do some roll call. We got to get out of here, man. It's 4:30. Traders stay late.
They do.
But not that late. We got to get out of here. We got places to go. I mean, I don't really have, what are you doing tonight?
Laundry. I have spent a lot of days avoiding laundry because I was like, oh, it was raining, but I've organized it all, and now the thing just has to get done. What about you?
You have laundry in your place? You got to go?
Oh, no, I have to go. That's why the rain was the issue, and I was like walking downtown. I was like, eh. But yeah, what are your plans for the evening?
Actually, I was going to say, really not too much. So it's one of the first days we don't have too much planned. So I was thinking about, we might do some, whenever we're in, especially if it's raining, maybe board games. I don't mind doing some.
What's your favorite board game, Sean?
So you ever played, was it Cards Against Humanity or whatever?
Oh, I love Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, so there's like a family version.
Is it the apples to apples? Because I know there's a couple different family versions.
Oh, I don't know what version we have, but it's a lot of fun, and it's
awesome.
we'll try to do that as well. And there's a game called Blockus where you get these little blocks and you have to put them. And it's all different colors, and you got to fill it up and use up all the squares. But anyways, it's roll call time, so let's get going right now. Thank you so much to Chase Bands. I mean, we chase those every day. So hopefully we get some more there, and then hopefully get so much that the bands eventually break. Hasn't happened yet. Why not? It says time for the gym. Great idea, man. We've been going after our first show. It's been really great. Really like doing that. AMC Tuesday. Is that next Tuesday? Okay, so Chase Bands says, what's up? SR Senior Mr. M, I guess. Vancouver Isle guy is here as well. Bears vs. Bulls, thank you so much. Sebastian, thank you so much. Andrew, thank you so much. Streamlabs, TH, Buy the Drip, and 10 seconds, Adara. Who do you see on here?
Yeah, Angry Bear, Butter Biscuit Head, thank you to Bears vs. Bulls. Andrew Chow, Angry Bear, Tony, Oliver Katsaros, Daryl Flinch, Bright Awakening. I think that's a great place to end it.
Good. Peter Ransom as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Brian Shannon again, one of the best guests.
Thank you very much.
That we continue to have here on the show. We love all of our guests, but go follow Brian, a great one as well. Thank you to Obi for some great trades today as well.
Hi, Obi.
Yeah, great. There's Obi. Hey, Obi. There he goes. Yeah, there he is. All right, so he's still here.
Yeah.
You know, I look back, the only guy still here. You know what I'm saying? Joe may be still here as well. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Catch us tomorrow. Thank you, Fabian. Great day today. Thank you to Andre. Thank you to Adara, of course.
Thank you.
Sharif, Joe, everybody out there. Bears versus Bulls. Thank you so much again for everything that you do, man. Moderators stay late. This guy does everything, so thank you so much, Bears versus Bulls, for that. I feel like Brendan, Sharif, Fabian, Ramin, Wayne, thank you. And thank you to everybody. And thank you to all the viewers. So, Adara, say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Get ready, 8:30 a.m. Fezier's Room Holiday. What color will I wear? Find out. Potato. French fries.
See you guys.
See ya.